Okay.
Oh man, that'd be so sick.
We're streaming.
Streaming.
Live.
Can you put some Linkin Park on?
That's kind of copyright.
Fuck.
That's okay.
Crawling in my skin.
We did it a few times on fucking stream, I think, beforehand. Anyway.
When you do that voice, are you proud of yourself?
That's
Like-
what I want to know.
Like, you know, you think to
Is
yourself,
that an accomplishment of like a VO talent right there?
I
had to do that voice for a long time before I could
my
get it to work without
ancestors,
hurting.
my ancestors carried these
What
genetics,
the fuck is this?
and now they belong to me.
No, I
Get
created
that.
these genetics.
It's right near my knee. I'm gonna pull his mic down.
You
Get
created
this
your genetic.
fucking-
What the fuck? Did you just go back in time and have sex with like your mother?
What the fuck?
I'm just wondering how you created your own genetics.
Are you putting that across the table?
I
Yes.
added to my gene pool
I'd rather have it across the table than right under my
How did
fucking
you
knee.
add to your gene pool?
because I had to practice for a long time before I was able to get
That's
this
not
voice without
no.
hurting.
You would have the genetics to be like able to physically do that
Oi.
noise.
Oi, oi.
Like you can practice.
It
with
took
it.
some refining.
What the fuck? Is there blood on here?
Yeah, he probably.
Is there
cut
blood
himself-
on here?
He probably cut himself on that.
There's blood on this.
Listen,
There's fucking blood on there. There's blood on that knife. On my training knife. There's blood.
Where?
It's a blunt object, Jordan.
Look close enough. It's on the other side. Let me show you. It's right here.
That's a little bit of blood right
That's
there.
a little bit of
Because when I
blood.
go to throw it over here, it hits my cut. And it just keeps aggravating it. So you'd think I'd stop, but I don't. And I can't stop.
You sound like an addict.
Stop.
It's gonna be pretty.
You'd think I'd stop, but I
It's gonna be
don't.
pretty.
You said you weren't
swollen
gonna do
there.
that in recording.
Huh?
You said you weren't gonna do that when we record.
Well,
He's
When did I
doing
say
the
that?
training
Streaming.
thing.
Why I called you out on it earlier.
it's streaming. It's not recording.
Huh?
When I called you out on doing that shit earlier, I was like, "Are you gonna keep doing it?" You're like, "Not when we're recording, not when there's a camera on."
He does it all the time when
Just
there's
put it
camera.
over there.
You did say that.
Put it over there.
We hid Dex's gun for like a week because of like that shit.
Fine. Fine. Well, as everyone files in, let me get my pre-Creech Talk tweet.
Someone earlier said, "Fuck this! I'll watch it on YouTube." And then,
Wow.
Only
and
2
then
hours
they
later.
proceeded to exit the
Well,
chat room.
just for
man.
you that aren't going to see this, we're going to cut all this out, and then
you
don't get
you don't
this
get to see the
exclusive
pre-show
stuff.
at all.
Man,
Just kidding, I'm too
this
lazy to do that.
chat is so, I'm so good. Like I sit here and I absorb it all in. Like somebody just said to suck a dick. Like what do, you know? Like that type of stuff.
It's
really-
their right, though. It's their right to say "suck a dick." It's like it was a right for that.
Well, I'm thinking like
I guess.
I'm thinking like someone tunes in, they're like, oh, these guys are streaming. You know, I'm gonna type in.
What do you think was going through the head of the kid that sent you your letter?
Well, I mean, there's two different things that happen here. Like a letter is different because you can turn on your computer, just say suck a dick. There you go, done over.
And they
But to
send
say, okay, I'm gonna say fuck you, Alex. Buy an envelope, seal this up,
Buy
bring
a
it down to the
stamp.
post
Stamp.
office, and just send it. Like that takes a little bit. Like that's an extra step into whatever you were like trying to accomplish. So. Because if someone said like "fuck you, Alex," I'd be like, "Oh, okay." But someone personally sent me like they went out of their way in their life to do this for me. Like this
That's
is something they had to
dedication.
go out to
It
do,
is.
or have their mom
They
do, or
wanted
something.
to get their point across, I guess.
Maybe they sent their mom to do it. Like, "Hey, mom, I have a very important letter. Can you
It's
please
my,
put it in
it's
the
like
PO
my
box?"
electric bill or something like that.
Drop this off at the post office for me.
This is a college application. Can you send it for me?
That could be. Alex
Man.
play League with me.
Oh yeah, you know I've been playing League about 6 months ago, so this is pretty relevant.
Ooh.
I haven't played League.
No, but
in
you're the best creature.
over 6 months.
I play
What
League.
if we just chose good comments out of that? Would that be possible? Like,
Well, the 2 a.m. in
wait,
Scotland
wait.
one is pretty good.
Nice hair, Alex.
Hey.
Nice hair, Alex.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, James. Look at that.
Jordan, Gratz with the
pretty
Vulcan knife.
Oh, Vulcan
Oh,
knife.
the
I know
Vulcan
the
knife.
Vulcan knife was a great pull. I know.
I was saying, hey, well, it looks like you didn't even put my thing up there on the list of topics, so I guess I
That's
gotta.
the story.
I want to know what story.
The story of your findings of whatever it was.
Oh
on-
yeah. I
That
wanted
too?
to let
Is there
you
something
guys
else?
know to watch a documentary based on Santa Claus. Okay, it's on Netflix, and it's called fuck me.
It's called Fuck
It's
Me?
called I Am Santa Claus or something like that. It just came out on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's a documentary about multiple Santas. Multiple Santas. One is Mick Foley, who's actually... He's not a Santa, but his piece in the documentary is he wants to be Santa. He just wants to try it. But there's like 3 or 4 other Santas that they document through this process.
Like shopping mall Santas?
Yes.
Their life is being Santa. Like there's a guy that's like...
They do Santa gigs.
They do Santa gigs, yeah. But like they literally wait. In the entire year, they wait for this time to roll around because this is like... their fucking moment.
Yeah,
but then there's this other guy that's like, there's a Santa who his dream is to open up a restaurant because he's a really good cook. He makes like fucking amazing barbecue or something like that. So he does, hey, I'm Santa, here's some barbecue. And like, you know, he kind of groups them both together.
What a perfect restaurant. Barbecue Santa.
He hopes that
boy.
with... You know,
specialty
being
reindeer
Santa
steak.
because he can you know touch so many people, or I mean, like he can, you know what I mean? He can get in contact with so many people that if he gives them free barbecue, he can expand, you know, and people will come back to him for his barbecue as opposed to being Santa.
Yeah. Okay.
Then there's another Santa who they document his entire life, which is he is gay. And he talks a lot about how he has a boyfriend, like who's really far away, and he does modeling as well. Can you picture Santa being a model? This is the same guy.
They show it, don't they?
They show him. They show him almost fully naked as a Santa, which was pretty unexpected. Taking pictures and just doing photographs for I don't know if it was a Santa calendar or
Santa
what.
Weekly,
maybe. Something weird that he was taking pictures for. And then he also went to a Santa convention where there were all Santas, a bunch of Santas, all in the same place. At the Santa convention, there was another Santa who they also document, and these two Santas kind of clashed.
Oh, Santa rivalry.
They didn't not like each other, but there was this outside third party Santa who they judged because this third-party Santa, he had some dirty shit going on the side. Yeah, he did Santa like every year, but he also ran like a strip club or some shit like that. And a lot of the other Santas thought that this was fucked up because like you can't touch a child's life and then do this on the side, and then go to a strip club and you know do something like that.
That's like the perfect thing. You just call it the North Pole, and then you have your strip club.
Wow, that was a pretty good. That's a clever thing.
Right there.
That's not what it was called, I don't think, though.
I think it was completely unrelated.
But
it wasn't like the
Santa-
barbecue Santa.
One Santa didn't like the fact that this guy was like the head of the Santa organization, and he wanted him to step down and somebody else to fill in his spot because of his activities that he did behind the scenes when he wasn't Santa. And then the other Santa that they documented, which I think it was actually the barbecue Santa, he was saying how like you shouldn't judge somebody based on what they do in their free time, like when they're off Santa duty. You know, like you can't like when he's here, when he's at the Santa Con, he's doing Santa and he's touching children's lives. He's doing everything that he needs to do as Santa. What he does after hours, whether it's X-rated or not, it doesn't matter because he still comes in and he's still Santa at the end of the day. You know?
Wow. This sounds great. I honestly am gonna go home.
It's
and watch
crazy.
This,
It's
I'm
filled with
curious.
like
Can we do a movie night on this?
depression. It's filled with excitement. It's filled with just
Rivalries?
Santa. Yeah, a little bit of fighting here and there. It's just with words. None of the Santas, they don't fight. They don't like to fight.
And let me ask you something. How old are they? Are they kind of like older?
They're pretty old.
50s
There's some of them
and-
though that they showed actually dyeing their hair white and stuff like that. Like they wouldn't be strictly like old, you know, per se, but there were some of them that were straight out like the one guy the depressing guy who couldn't find fucking Santa jobs, and like he went off a word of this guy, his former mall employee or something like that, I guess, told him that he could come back next year to get his same Santa gig. That guy never called him back. So he was sad. He was depressed. He didn't know whether or not he'd be working Christmas this year. And it's his favorite time.
That's the biggest time of year for Santa
Biggest
Claus.
time of year, his favorite time of year. Fucking shows his car and it's packed up with like ornaments and shit like that. Like he lives in like a hotel with ornaments and stuff, like just a bunch of Christmas like memorabilia everywhere. And then this guy, he didn't know whether or not he would call him back, and it was sad. But then he got a new gig. He got another gig for Christmas, like, and it all worked out for him.
Well, that's
But
good.
it is interesting, the life of that many Santas, 4 or 5 Santas. And you think about how many Santas are out there, that there's a dedicated SantaCon.
Santa-con.
I actually don't know if it's a SantaCon, but
It's
it's like
some kind of Santa
it's a
convention.
Santa get-together. It's not.
Oh,
it's not as,
that's even better.
it's not as big as it's probably like if you see like a biker gang get together.
Yeah,
they
like
show their
Sturgis.
bikes. Yeah, it's something like that.
The
It's on a
Sturgis-
smaller
it's
level.
Santa Sturgis is what it is.
Some of them do wear chaps and stuff like that at the same time. So Santa and chaps. You know.
Well,
I'm saying it's on Netflix. It's called like fucking I Am Santa Claus or something like that. It just came out 2014 on Netflix. You should watch it because it is something. It is something. And if you watch it, you tweet me because it's something. And you guys got to watch it too because it is something.
it sounds amazing.
What does that smell? What does that smell? Did we get fucking...
No, it smells like barbecue.
What the fuck is that smell?
It smells like something burning.
Are you burning something?
I'm not burnt.
smells like bacon.
What the fuck is the
You
smell?
it too?
Yeah, I smell it out there more than in here.
Go check the halls.
What the fuck is that smell?
That's definite bacon cooking something. Oh boy.
Anyway, but yeah, that's how I spent the night. Like maybe I don't know if it was last night or the night before, watching a Santa documentary. And then last night I think was a Santa documentary. No, 2 nights ago I think Santa documentary. The night previous to that, I watched a honey badger documentary.
Oh, I heard about this.
That was pretty good too.
I've seen it.
I think I've
Did
seen
you
that
the
one,
nature
too.
one?
I didn't. I mean, I saw it on Netflix. And
Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. It's this fucking they document. Okay, so one guy's story is pretty boring, but this other guy's story, the guy that actually brought in a honey badger, that he adopted, that I guess some guy had captured. It was a little hellion that was fucking destroying this farmer's crops and stuff like that. They said like the honey badger killed his dogs and stuff like that. This honey badger was fucked up, so he took him in. Because otherwise they'd fucking kill it.
Yeah. And
he put it in like a little sanctuary. And they run through different tests with the honey badger because they like honey. Yeah. So honey badgers, I guess, are notorious over there for getting in like beekeepers' fucking honey supply. And from what they fucking said, like one dude's honey supply is like thousands of dollars out the window.
Honey is expensive.
Yeah, and he said maybe like what 5 months or something like that it might take to build up something like that, and it's thousands of dollars lost. And they show fucking clips of this honey badger just going in there, just fucking destroying it, just taking the honey out, and just they're fucking gone. And it didn't even matter. The thing was getting stung to fucking hell too.
These stupid honey badgers are built. Like, you wouldn't imagine. These things will take venom. I think you remember you'd seen the
they show a clip
thing.
at the beginning. In the very beginning, they talk about how
they destroy snake venom.
They fight snakes a lot, and that they show a clip where one's fighting a snake and it gets bit. And I guess what it does is it sleeps the venom off.
Yeah,
so it just like fucking, it looks like it's dead. It's just like and then all of a sudden it'll just get back up and like it'll be fine.
Yeah, it has like
and it'll eat the rest of the fucking snake. It'll eat the whole snake. It's like fine.
I don't understand like what their purpose is. Like
they're just bad.
They're
just bad.
Because like I've seen videos and stuff where they just like steal like food from lions and shit. Like they don't care.
The guy said, because the guy that brought him to his sanctuary, he owns other animals too. He has lions and he has like fucking a giraffe and stuff like that. He said that the honey badger, his problem with the honey badger is it would destroy the fucking honey supplies. So they kept trying to devise new things on trying to like build up. Like he put it on a tree or something. It still got up there and fucking got it anyway. Like, and that it would get out of its cage and terrorize the other animals. And he said that it would get into the lion's cage and actually fucking make it pissed off, like it would go to the lion and try to bite at its fucking wiener. It would try to bite at its balls. Like it would go underneath the lion and try to bite at its balls. And they showed a close up of the lion's balls, just so you know it's the balls.
Yep.
And like I guess it would nip at the lion's balls to piss it off.
It's nipping at the nuts.
And like I guess they fought. And the honey badger actually did all right, and I guess fucked up the lion's face a little bit. But he got out again and tried to fuck with the lion again, and that time he got fucked up by the lion. Like they showed that the honey badger was like on the surgery, like an operating table, and he had gashes like all over him. Like the lion just didn't take any shit. He was tired of him fucking with his balls. It's crazy, like all the shit. Like he was showing clips of the same. They named it too. I forget what the name of it was. It started with like an S, but. They would show the little fucker taking anything from rocks and stacking them up on the side to getting out. They showed him with a rake. He like literally walked a rake over, put it up against the side, and walked up it. He had a tree branch. He did it. He even took mounds of dirt and like formed it together on the side of the wall so that way he could get up the side of the wall and get out. It got to the point where he had to use a fucking electric fence to keep him in, which he didn't want to do, but he had to do because he would either dig underneath or he would fucking prop something up on the side and like he would get out. It was funny shit. They showed like the helping hands chasing a honey badger because he would get out. Like they'd show him like, hey! He's like running after a honey badger. It's like, fuck that, let him go. Like that thing is fucking too much trouble.
How has there not been a honey badger based cartoon show? Like, I mean, you got Taz, the Tasmanian devil.
I guess.
I mean, that's about as close to a honey badger like creature.
What would you call it, like
Harold Honey Badger.
Harold the piece of shit badger. He just goes around and just fucks with animals like all day. Like
it teaches kids to be like assholes.
It fucked with like every single like hyenas. They had 4 hyenas go up against 1 honey badger. The honey badger fucking won that. It had a porcupine go up, try to fucking get some food or something like
chance.
that. Porcupine was that was get the fuck out of here. Like the honey badger was just wrecking everything. Like it was pretty fucked up.
Well, I mean, the Tasmanian devil is like kind of like the same concept.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just assholes, like in general to each other.
Badgers are kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Just regular badgers.
Because they have them in like Far Cry 4 and stuff. It's actually pretty funny. It's pretty accurate too. It seems like because they come after you and they scream after you, and at random parts, I've seen them like chase after like a pack of like wolves or hyenas or whatever, and they would just like chase them away. They'd be,
they just run after them.
They'd be fighting it, and the honey badger would like kill like 4 of them or some shit.
Yeah,
like that. It was pretty ridiculous.
They're beefy little jerks on there. James and I actually faced one. I don't think that's something we've put up yet. I think that was in the
Far
second.
Cry,
Yeah, we did more
That should
co-op.
be something big. If you
And there's a special
say you
honey
faced
badger.
Yeah, the
and
special
he's
one
big.
in Far Cry is a fucking monster.
His name is Gulo.
Gulo
the honey badger, and he
They give you an LMG to face it with.
and he
my
takes
fucking
like
God.
oh man, it's just like and he's just like.
It's funny now I watch that documentary though. Like Gulo was actually in a snake's den.
Yep,
so
he was.
he was probably fucking up all those snakes
Yeah,
at the
he's probably
same
eating
time.
those snakes.
That's pretty crazy.
maybe all the snake venom like inside of him from getting bit just like gave him
Yeah,
some
probably.
immunity
I think
to
he was an
everything.
albino one too. He
That was
pretty-
another good documentary. That one was called Nature, I think. It was just Nature, honey badgers.
Where'd you have time to watch all these documentaries?
You gotta watch these.
Like-
Before I go to sleep, it's fresh in my mind. It's really good to watch before you go to sleep because then you like dream about it. So you get like an extended feature in your mind.
You get an extra thing where you're with the honey badger.
Yeah, so I get to kind of see it firsthand. I'm dreaming in my mind like, holy
You're like
shit,
first-person honey badger?
They're breaking out, they're killing stuff, they're biting balls, all that kind of crazy shit. I don't want to be a part of this nonsense. These fucking honey badgers are dangerous. I don't know why this dude would keep honey badgers.
I think we need to get one for the office now that I'm hearing this. to be
Fucking
honest.
ridiculous.
I mean,
Yeah, we can just have a door that's labeled like human resources, and then just put the honey badger in that room. He'll probably
send
get out
new
multiple
employees
times.
down there. And be like,
I told you about
you
when
deal
they
with
also
HR.
filmed the section of this honey badger breaking into someone's house, like and actually doing it really clever, like where he went up,
Oh, yeah,
he went
he's-
up, opened the window with his little hands, he slid in, fucking drops down into the room and like knocks over a bunch of shit on the way in. Like he's fucking, I don't even know if he's just so wide, but he knocks over like dog food and shit like that. He goes up to the fridge, nudges it open. Opens it up, fucking, there's a drawer, he fucking pulls that out, He scoops
What
in.
the fuck?
He tries to get it, but he can't. But then he there's like a piece underneath because it's like one of those like metal kind of mesh things.
Yeah.
And he pulls it down with his mouth through the fucking thing, and it's like a big slab of bacon. And then the motherfucker just sits there on the floor right there. He doesn't care, and he just starts eating the bacon. A big ass thing, like a square block of bacon.
What
I
the
gotta
fuck?
see this.
It's a pretty ridiculous little.
Man, two
And that's
fantastic watches.
That's not that long either. That documentary's not that long either.
2 hours of your life sounds like 2 hours well spent for both
Both
those
of those
documentaries.
documentaries, I think I might just have to look for more documentaries on there because those things are they you
Watch
get
the
caught up in
Brony
them.
one.
I think I watched that one already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I think I watched that
I think I
one
watched part of that
already.
as well.
Was that the one that like it followed like a kid who was like super excited to go to BronyCon?
Yeah, it was a few kids, but like the dad's was pretty funny.
The dad didn't understand it, right? Like there was a
What
dad
dad
that was just
could
like, what?
understand that?
Yeah, the dad
But
couldn't
one dad was
understand it.
like, "Okay, I get it," and the dad was like, "The fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
Like
fuck is
some of them
this?
were just like, huh?
What?
And then in the end, they all went to BronyCon, then they saw it, and they were like, yeah, I think I could kind of be okay with this. Kind of like something like
So
that.
it was scripted then.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them do seem kind of like, I guess, cheesy. I don't know.
Well, they must
there's
go up
some
to. I
weirdos.
mean, they're like, "Okay, what do you think now? Do you think it's okay now?" It's like,
Hey, Dad, look at me dressed up like a pony with a skin tight suit. Is it okay now?
How long do you think that'll go on for? Like, because you would imagine the show would have so many seasons that eventually
No, it depends on how crazy the fans are.
It's a
get like
perpetual
supernatural
show.
level.
I forgot to mention that. So I was Christmas shopping at Toys R Us, and I witnessed my first brony. This was as stereotype of a brony as you can get.
Was he in the aisle of the?
It was
Did he have a fedora?
big dude? He's got the glasses on. Looked like he's like in his I don't know, early 30s, late 20s, and he's just like looking at all the little.
Wait, that was
ponies
your
and stuff.
first? We've been to fucking like Comic-Con after Comic-Con and Denver
No, he's talking about a
Comic-Con.
wild
Like-
brony.
like-
Oh,
Not
in the public.
because you have because Comic Con
A
stuff
wild
like that.
brony.
That would I can see them going to that. and,
Okay.
like events, whatever, like events or events. But like this was just
So, like, Jordan's in the
Like there
wild.
was like there's no reason for him to be there other than to like.
and
so he had like
get brony
Look at
stuff.
ponies.
I mean, I saw the first take and I was like, what the fuck? That seemed a little bit weird. But then I thought in my head, it's around Christmas time. Maybe he's buying stuff for like a kid. Like,
Oh,
that
you
makes
know
sense.
when you see him.
But then I like walked by him again and I was just like in that aisle pretending that because I had a lot of toys and I was
Maybe
like.
he thought you were creepy, cause he was probably just looking for
No,
a
he was-
toy,
he was
and you
super-
kept passing by each aisle looking at him like, what's going on here?
Well, the thing is, like, I saw him there, and I did like a pass, and I came around again. He was still there, and he had like one pulled down, he had another one. So there was clearly some dilemma there that he was thinking between like
Oh,
one pony
man.
and another pony.
So why didn't you,
But-
as a good, gracious Samaritan, go up and be like, I'll get you the other one. You buy one, I'll buy you the other one.
well,
Man, he'd be so happy with
He'd
you.
be
He
very
may
happy.
invite you to his next brony get
Shit.
together at his house.
I don't know. I guess
There might
I-
be Santas
Somebody
nearby.
invited
there
you
was
over
just
for
a
some
lot of-
Christmas
there was a lot of-
ham.
There was a lot of stuff going on in my head at moment in time. I did, however, see another thing. Well, I'm not really sure. I don't think it's a thing, but hi parents. So there was two parents, the kid looking at stuff, and the dad sounded a little bit like weird at first because he was like, "Oh man, look at all these awesome toys!" Like he's really getting into it, and I was like, "Okay, that seems a little bit strange." But then I walked by him, and it just a
The
wave
whiff
of just clearly marijuana
Smells like
just
ganja all
hits me. And
over.
I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here now.
Whoa,
and later
toys,
he's like walking around. He's like
Toys,
walking
man.
around the store with like a giant Despicable Me minion toy, like a giant plushie, and he's like, honey. He like lost his wife and kids somewhere, like during his like
I
whatever.
left them there.
So wait.
Oh man.
Did you go to the Toys R Us by the mall?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ghetto fucking Toys R Us. It's no
it's
wonder
such a
you saw
nice
all these
area.
fucking people there.
It's such a nice area.
that
but
Toys
the
R Us is like
bad.
that is like the sore fucking thumb of everything that's
That's
around
not
there.
That's not a ghetto
That
area.
Toys
That's-
R
No, it's not
No,
a
it's
ghetto
a
area.
ghetto-
It's
it's
apartmentals.
not.
It's super
But that
nice. That
Toys
Toys
R
R
Us,
Us.
that
in
Toys
general.
R Us
that
is
one.
shitty.
It's really shitty.
That Toys
That
R Us
was
is
that was
shitty.
a great experience that I had in that Toys R Us. Like just
Bronies
Well,
and
then the
high
same
parents.
yeah, it was in the same visit. Hi Dad and Brony was both in the same visit. Like I was just shocked.
I was there one time maybe twice, and I never went back to that Toys R Us again. That Toys R Us is fucking bad.
Like, the cashier was like arguing with somebody else, like mid checkout. Like she was like getting mad at another employee because he said something under his breath, and she was like, "Yo, I heard that. I heard what you said." She's like, "Sorry."
Toys R Us.
What
That
the
Toys
fuck
R
is
Us
going
is
on?
fucking bad.
Toys R Us is fucked up.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty
Toys R Us
bad.
is pretty shitty.
It's such a nice area too. Like, and then
goodness.
that's like like James said, the sore thumb of that spot.
That's the ghetto Toys R Us right there.
Oh wow! Well,
I felt kind of bad, honestly. Like you're like a dad and your kid, and you're shopping. You're just like super stoned, like looking at a Despicable Me toys. Like, oh, I gotta get myself one of these.
look at this Minion man.
How old was the
The
kid?
dad was more excited for the toys than the kid
was
was.
probably
I
like
mean,
9 or 10. I'd want to
Yeah,
say.
and the kid was probably there like,
But he
Dad,
lost
why
him.
did you
He
bring me
lost him
here?
because he was the only one that was like he was just walking through the aisles like with this big plushie like looking for his wife and shit. And I was like, what?
I imagine like what led up to that was just like they were just sitting at home smoking or whatever, and then he's just like turns to his wife, "Hey, you want to go to Toys R Us?
They're just ripping in the car
just
and the
like-
kid's just in the back seat. And they're like,
Get the kid.
let's go get some toys.
Yo, bring the kid."
You want to get some toys in there?
The kid's
forgot to
like,
get him fucking Christmas
Oh,
presents.
dude, I fucking love Despicable Me.
the kid's like, "Dad, I don't want to be here."
Oh man,
Those minions are pretty cool though.
they are pretty cool.
So I don't blame the dad for one.
Yeah, I guess I don't blame
minion.
him. It's just fucking Christmas and dad's like shopping for toys for himself. So I
He was
mean,
high out of his
Man,
mind.
for him, that was
out of
the
his
best
mind.
fucking minion in the world.
maybe that's how you gotta do it. Maybe he just knows that if you go in Toys R Us, you're in for a bad experience.
I get, yeah, I
regardless.
see
So he's
that.
just-
It's just Christmas shopping in general has been a traumatizing experience in his life.
So he's
it's
gotta, like,
I've
loosen
got
up or
I've got to
something.
loosen up real good to survive this.
God.
Oh man.
Yeah, that Toys R Us is pretty bad. That's not surprising that it happened at that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. That's pretty bad right there. Well,
That's pretty good.
that was an interesting pre-show of probably
pre-show
about
is
half an hour.
technically the fucking-
Yeah, there's no real point. I mean, I can introduce it. We're here
Might
for
as
the
well.
20th, the December 20th, 2014. James, Kevin, Alex,
Is this
and
going to be the
myself.
last one of the,
The
new year?
last Creature Talk of the year.
What?
Yep.
I did not know that.
This is
didn't
the
know
last
that either.
Creature Talk of the year.
Next time they see us,
We'll get to that later.
They'll see us in videos, but next time they see us
on Creature Talk.
podcast.
on Creature Talk will
yeah.
be in the new year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not the only new thing. But
we
we'll
have-
get to that.
Do we have
Jordan,
resolutions?
do you have a big surprise?
It's not a huge surprise. I've already
Jordan, do you have a minor surprise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
I
a
love
minor
minor
surprise.
surprises.
We have a minor surprise. You better believe it. But let's get on to topics
That sounds
for
like
this
punk
fine
rock
day.
band.
Minor surprise.
Minor surprise.
We're the,
That sounds very
most
illegal.
mediocre, the most mediocre band you'll ever eat. The minor surprise.
Did they ever turn major? Like,
They're opening band forever. Like
Yeah, because they sealed their fate with their name.
they
is what
opened for
did.
Rise Against in
surprise.
1999.
Oh,
That was their biggest.
So
Some people
anyway,
don't know as to why. The guy's asking why it would be the last of the year. Well,
because
it's every other
2
week.
weeks is January
Yeah.
3rd. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone just said it right there. Sage,
Yeah.
Sagecon, Sage.
Sage.
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, so
why.
yeah, exactly. So there's
Yep.
it's 2 weeks, and that's January 3rd. So this is the last one of the year.
Fantastic.
New
we have a
Creature
bunch
Talk
of.
room will be coming.
I was trying to minor surprise again.
They said it.
They
That
said it. I
person
just-
I know,
said
but
it.
there's more
responding
to
to
it than
the
that, and I wanted to build up to it at the end, and you screwed it all
It's
up.
not even written up there.
Yes, it is.
Where?
You see that at the very bottom, the last big surprise.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom and go up.
You kind of fucked up.
I read the chat.
So you read the chat and then you said it.
I responded to them. They asked.
Well, I guess you can go ahead and
Well, that's
explain it
Jordan's-
now,
you-
Jordan.
My
Just,
surprise.
like,
Well,
you have.
I spoil one
you
thing
have
every
fuck-
Creature Talk.
So many times this week. It's incredible that you have your shoes on today.
What else did I fuck up?
His counter got put back at 0 because of his gauntlet, so it's fine. Like
Yeah, that was.
after his gauntlet, he got put back down to 0.
What was
He's
the-
up
what
to
was the
about 10
gauntlet?
at this point.
Well, we
by
got
now.
that
What
on
the
here. We'll
fuck?
talk about it a little bit,
Okay.
I think.
Okay, I'm curious to what that
Oh
is.
my
The gauntlet.
goodness.
So, new and improved Creature Talk with the room and all. Jordan,
Yeah, we got our new room over there that we're gonna work on getting all decorated and stuff and set up for the New Year Creature Talk, starting afresh. not only did we get Creech Talk sponsored finally, so that we can. I know, right?
I think hell has frozen.
This is
over.
episode 114, and it's finally going to be
Creature Talk
sponsored.
has been going on for years. Years. All these podcasts have come along with sponsorships. We've never gotten any fucking sponsorship, and now you're telling me we got sponsorship.
Yep,
Wow.
I know.
I can't
Pretty
believe
crazy.
it.
So what that's allowing us
Do
to
I
do?
have to wear like a
I mean, we'll
Coke
see.
shirt
We'll see if we
or
have enough time to
Slim
get you
Jim
like
shirt or
whatever shirt
something
you
like that?
need to represent, or we can just
Oh
print out
my
logos
goodness.
and like plaster them all
We
over
could
the
do
desk.
that. We could do that.
We'll be able to. Yeah, we'll be
could
able
do
to get.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone. Look at that. She's shocking. Gasp. Yeah, I know. It's pretty surprising.
Question mark.
I feel like we're always about maybe 2 years late in the.
If anything, we've established a very strong following.
People
for
come out of the
Creature Talk.
gate with sponsorships, and we were fucking begging for
Yeah, we're
sponsorships
like,
for
please sponsor us.
We've been begging for sponsorships since like fucking day one, and now we finally just got one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So what that allows us to do is actually create that new room. We're going to be messing around. The set's going to obviously evolve over time, but we're going to be trying out some stuff, and it's going to be specifically dedicated to Creature Talk, which means it's going to have its own setup. We don't have to move stuff. Me and Alex don't have to reset up the mics every time we go in there. It's going to be great. It's going to look awesome. It's going to sound even better because of all the less hassle it's going to be.
It'll be one situated
awesome.
audio,
Yep.
and it'll never have to be touched thereafter. We're gonna have to get new labels
Can we
on
get
these
rid
fucking
of this-
mics.
Can we get rid of this brink table?
Yes, this is actually the last. That was like part of the big thing. Is this brink table? This is the last Creature Talk it's ever going to have.
Oh man, the brink table.
So
No.
this is its final bout of podcasting. Obviously, it's done its job
The
very
nostalgia.
well over the past 2 years, or whenever we got it first. So
Has it been longer than 2?
I don't know if
table?
we've used this for 2 years. I mean, this we got in the second house.
That's a good question. Are we still going to be playing Brink? However,
Yeah. Of course.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't we play Brave? If it's an option on Twitch, it's going to be on there on our podcast. Oh, we darn sure will. So, really exciting. We're all
Auction
pretty
off the
excited about it. Yeah, we already went through. We already went through the auction
There's
pains.
glitter on it. There's probably still some like fucking.
We
I don't
carved
know
the
what that
pumpkins on
is.
this. This
The
is from a lot of this
pumpkins.
is from the pumpkins that we carved.
That
It's
is
been
true.
through like that gash right there when I chopped the pumpkin in half.
Okay.
Like it's been through a lot
Probably
more
some
than you could ever
blood
imagine.
somewhere on here.
Oh, I'm sure there is. But yeah, so this is the last Brink.
Is that a
table.
CS:GO phone case?
Yeah.
Where did you get that? Did you get that from Gaben?
Nice.
Yeah, Gaben actually personally came to my house and gave this to me.
Jordan, how come you don't got one of those?
You get this after you get a knife initially. Mine just came in late.
Ooh. So if I get a knife before Jordan, do I get one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know.
You get one when you join the knife club. It's you know,
The knife club.
pretty
I mean,
simple
soon
stuff.
I'm
here.
gonna see you guys with
Oh.
Letterman jackets and.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you should
Gaben.
get like
So,
like
there's-
tunnel snake fucking
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
knife
Biker,
club,
Baker,
yeah, or
biker
like
gang.
the scout, like with the patches, and then you get like a badge for each.
like a
knife that you
varsity
get.
kind of thing, or
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'll
similar.
never
With, like
get
the
into
Velcro
that.
thing where you can put patches of like
Oh,
what the
okay.
items you get. We can go to conventions
Ooh.
like that. And
Ooh.
just, like,
Yeah, I bet you could. Well,
that'd be pretty neat. Can we do that? Can we get tunnel snake jackets or something like that when we can be in the? I wouldn't be in it
When are
either.
we gonna get varsity
so you
creature
wouldn't have to
jackets?
huh?
Exclusive varsity creature.
I don't know. Why haven't we done
be. I
that?
think it'd only be like, who's all? It'd be you two, Dan. Who else got a knife? That's it. Just you three.
No, I mean just like in general, like creatures jackets.
He's just asking for general creature
I
Lettermans.
was developing more. Your
was saying
idea
knife
with the-
club.
Well, no,
Nice.
that idea works.
Yes.
Definitely works. But I'm saying in general, you know, I'd want some kind of like, you know, like
Ask a sponsor.
like creatures.
Ask a
Ask
sponsor.
a sponsor.
Yeah,
That's a sponsor.
maybe we can find a sponsor that
Maybe Slim Jim. Maybe we could get like a NASCAR jacket. Is that what you're talking about? Like a NASCAR kind of thing?
Yeah.
And then we could have
team jackets. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we could have Like, so my main brand would be like Slim Jims or something like that, and then I have a bunch of little ones that we all share, and then your main brand would be, I don't know, something stupid, and like you would have
Coca-Cola.
another main brand, and we all have main brands.
Aunt Jemima's like beans.
Yeah,
or-
exactly.
Aunt
Yeah.
Jemima's
Uncle
beans.
Ben's rice or something.
Aunt Jemima's beans. What is
Well,
that?
anyway, on that note, so it's going to be starting on the 3rd. We're going to be kicking that off, and then that could also lead to just more frequent creature talks, just being able to have it so easily accessible and everything.
You know, Pornhub
So-
is doing like YouTube sponsorships.
For pro teams, which we
pro
are technically
teams.
a pro team. Actually.
Yeah, we've gone pro.
technically
We
a
should
pro
look
team.
into that.
Yeah.
I would. Well, I mean, they were doing that, but they were also like, hey, any YouTubers want to reach out and talk to us? They had a tweet like
Pretty
that.
sure Dex
It was
tweeted
like-
them within
yeah.
minutes
Yeah.
of that, too.
Dex was the first one to tweet that. But I
Absolutely.
mean, maybe we could get something like that going on. You know, like
There's
some
all the
Pornhub
sponsorships are just.
That's a good
The
idea.
possibilities are
Gaben's
endless.
favorites and Gaben's rejections.
Oh.
Split right down the middle. Who is the sponsor? The sponsor is the higher power. That's what we'll refer to them. The sponsor.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just
the
the
entity,
sponsor.
the sponsor.
It'll be like a rotating
it's like
thing
the
where-
man, you know the term the man. The man is holding me down or something like
Yeah.
that. Like the sponsor, you know.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Have a room split in half that says Gaben's favorites and Gaben's rejections thing,
Are you doing
except
this
on a
or-
jacket. Except on a jacket. No, I'm taking.
Are you?
Except
him
put
elaborate.
that.
Okay, go
Let
ahead.
him
Go
elaborate.
ahead.
Put that on the Velcro jacket. Just have the split, and then have little Velcro things of our faces, and then have the people that got the knives.
That sounds
on one
like the
end and
most
move 'em.
hideous looking jacket I've ever heard of in my life.
It's a tracker.
So this is like a mix of like that idea plus the idea I had earlier. About
Yeah.
He took your idea and then read what I just fucking said like 2 minutes ago. And just fucking said it.
Kevin.
All right.
Kevin, are you on crack?
I guess.
Kevin.
Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Brink Table. So everyone say goodbye to Brink Table. I'm sure it'll be around the office in various places. We'll probably use it more for other stuff. But anyway, new Creature Talk room.
What are we going to use it for?
I don't know. We've used these before
Yeah, I guess.
in other circumstances. They are tables, so we can use them for other than just Creature Talk. So that'll be a cool thing. So be excited for that. New year, new look, new podcast, all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be fun. Trying to think if there's anything else to touch in on that note.
On Creature Talk stuff?
Yeah, I don't
No.
think so though. That should be good. So can we get to the list of topics finally?
I guess you're going back up to the top.
Yeah,
Guys, we have some exciting topics to talk about this week.
we sure
Lots
do.
of amazing topics that are on the topic list
Yep,
that we will be discussing.
there sure are.
Stick around. Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Yep. I mean, we're not really trying to
leave.
stop here.
Huh?
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Oh,
my
my
God.
god. You fucking idiot. What's the first topic there? Mine's actually
Anyway.
filled.
not too long ago, I think it was just a few days ago, there was a tweet that went out. And it said, don't know what it said. It said something about along the lines of GTA 5 heists have arrived.
No, what? They're not out.
They haven't arrived.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They're
Not out
going
yet.
to arrive. That's why
The
I
fuck are
was
you
like
talking about? What was this tweet?
Are
From
you-
who?
what?
Rockstar Games.
Did they ever tweet
They put
that?
out a video.
Yeah.
The trailer.
Yeah, they trailed
And
it.
it
Trailed
said
it.
GTA heists have arrived.
Yeah.
Rockstar,
Do you want me to look it up?
A couple weeks
No.
ago,
I'll look it up.
Rockstar put out a tweet that said heists.
Just the word heist?
Question mark.
Question mark. Okay.
Happy face.
Hmm?
Link to a YouTube video trailer.
Was it a Bitly link?
Tiny URL.
Tiny
tiny
URL
URL.
link.
Oh,
I don't ever recall seeing this tweet.
I saw it. Like,
Do I look it up now?
no, I'm
Default
pretty sure they
all-
deleted
default
it.
all 7
They
of the Rockstar
deleted it.
accounts.
Why would they delete that?
they deleted it. I watched it. It's because they put it on there, and I think it was part of like the whole like the interview scandal, and it got knocked down because the government said it had to.
The
So,
fuck
in
is going
other
on
words,
right
he
now?
knew he was full of shit, so now he's backtracking and trying to put an elaborate story to it because
I'm
he
not
knows
trying to
he's-
put an elaborate
because
story
he knows
to it.
that
What
he
is-
was fucking dumb and he doesn't know what the fuck was tweeted. What was ever tweeted? He could have just said that they put out a trailer of the heist instead of saying this fucking tweet that you didn't know anything about.
All I saw was a tweet. They may
What
or may
was
not.
the tweet? You
They
don't
may
even know what the tweet
or may
was.
not have deleted the tweet and put
Oh
up the tweet that
my
you guys are
God.
referencing. I don't know. It's not
I'm not
important.
referencing a fucking
I
tweet.
referenced the
We're
trailer.
talking about the trailer.
I only saw the trailer.
The important thing is there was a tweet, there was a trailer, and GTA 5 heists are going to become a thing.
As general as you could get it, that is absolutely right. Wow. There
you.
will
Thank
be,
you.
at some point and some time, GTA heist, as said by a tweet and a trailer.
The tweet was probably the best part about it, to be honest. I'm sorry you guys didn't see it
yeah.
before they deleted it. I mean, it kind
Yeah.
of sucks, but
All right.
I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the way it is sometimes.
I'm
So,
sure there is a tweet, but I'm not so sure that it said GTA heists have arrived.
Yeah, it did.
Are you sure?
I screen capped it.
Why would you do
screen capped
that?
it, what?
Because I was like, wow, that's amazing. No one's going to believe me when I show this to them. They're probably going to delete it in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I don't know what kind of version of fucking Rockstar's Twitter you've been looking at, but I think it might be some knockoff fucking Twitter or
Are you
something.
sure you follow
So,
the same Rockstar?
Who's excited for it is the question.
Well,
I'm very excited for it.
see, it's a bit iffy though because it has been such a long goddamn time since, and I feel like every time, I feel like it's tough to like go into.
I'm trying to find this tweet.
Yeah, it's a fucking tweet.
Said it was deleted. Why are you
He's
looking
full
for
of
it?
shit.
But if you saw it, wouldn't that mean like a bunch of people saw it and it would be
No.
like Rockstar leaks tweet? And
Just him.
I have this thing on my
Just
account
him.
that lets me see tweets when they're in the processing stage, and no one else can see them for a good few seconds.
Did you just watch a trailer, Jordan?
I didn't
He
even watch the
didn't.
trailer.
You didn't even fucking watch the
He
trailer.
heard from me coming into the office that the heists are finally coming out.
I saw this.
And-
I saw people retweeting
and so
that.
he wrote
like,
it on the
tweet of him
fucking
my
board.
tweeting the
God.
video.
And now he's like, how do you feel about it? So he doesn't have to sit there and say anything. I guess I'll take it from there.
But even then, it's like Rockstar said heists are now out. What were you gonna follow with that? What if we were like, yeah, man, it's great. Like I've been playing it all week.
I mean, Alex,
He would have believed you.
You'd be like, yeah, what's your favorite?
He would have believed you.
you have to understand something very specific about this, and that is, yeah,
I mean, this is as political as you can get right now.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people were saying it did say that. They might be backing you here. Maybe they can see the tweet that you also see.
I might not be the only one with that secret processing account that can see tweets before they process and go live. So.
Unbelievable.
Maybe somebody just tweeted out like, "Who's ready for heists?" You know, just some random YouTuber or something like that.
He saw
Yeah,
it.
Hogan saw
He
it,
saw
like-
it. Or yeah, it was someone might have fucking put up a video that said the heists are here, and he probably seen that shit because that's how people probably milked it for views, and that's what he saw, and he was probably one of the people that viewed it.
I clicked on it. It said Rockstar. It said verified. It was them. Okay, I can't be sitting here telling you it was some kind of YouTuber.
And so just like Rockstar like tweeted out heist, and someone was like, "Mark, what the fuck are you doing? Heists are now, yeah?" And he's like, "Oh shit, gotta delete this tweet."
Yeah, yeah.
man."
No, I imagine that's kind of how it happens.
All right.
I mean, I
Wow.
know a little bit of the internal structure of how Rockstar and their social media networks work, but yeah.
Anyway, the heists that I guess were released at some point, but then retracted.
Okay.
I think it was an approval process
I think I know
error
what
through
it's talking
Microsoft
about. There
or
was a
something. I don't
small
know.
window where you could download it for a brief
Yeah,
moment.
so
and then
some
they
people
deleted it.
actually have it.
So,
Yeah. Some
But then it's
people-
been retracted for some. So what I heard is that the heists were actually very well done. From what I heard from the people that actually played it.
I played it.
Well, I didn't know that.
I wasn't
so-
going to tell you. I mean, I was under
That's
some
great.
strict secret, something or other.
NDA.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the NDA has since expired since the beginning of this conversation.
I don't know how they can be overall because the game is kind of dated at this point. It's kind of tough to get back into the free roam. There wasn't really much to the free roam in the first place. Like, we kind of exhausted like everything there was, unless you just start making up, your own shit to do. But they've been pretty good about the content, like other DLC packs.
Did they do a Christmas one recently? That was.
It's more of an update than anything. What they do, like me and Kevin played it last year. They take the entire world and they make it all snowy. And it's kind of fucking janky the way they do it. It's just like a layer of snow over what's already existing. Like you can literally, like, what did we do? We got to the, like, if you fall over or something, like, you could see the layer pretty much. Like it can glitch through your stuff, like the layer of snow. But the attributes of like the street and stuff are still as if there was snow. So like you'd be swerving and all that shit. Don't know if they I don't know if they have like any new weapons and stuff like that, but I don't know. It doesn't really seem like they release too much at a time. It's like, here's a bunch of masks and a fucking knife, like a new knife or a bottle. You can just shank some people, and it's just like, all right, I'll go and shank some people a few times, and after that, it's like, there's not much there to do because it's the same fucking animation. It's not really anything. It's not really anything too different. There was what is it? The Hatchet. The Hatchet was exclusive to the next gen stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if it has a new animation or not.
I think the only like notable weapon that I saw was the homing rocket. They added like a Stinger missile.
Yeah. Well, they also have a fireworks rocket for the new year, which I think they did around
I remember
July.
seeing that when it was out.
And that was a temporary thing too. That's kind of the shitty thing where it's like, here's this cool weapon, but you can only use it for like their Christmas thing. The window for it was like literally 2 days last year. So it was like,
snow.
Kevin, the Christmas update's out. It's like, all right, we gotta fucking get on and do it. And it's like, we got fucking 1 day to do this Christmas update, and that's it, because tomorrow it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny because like it's really active at the time because everybody wants to get on during that time period, but it's fucking it goes away for like, and it's like whatever.
Yeah, cool thing this year, they added a whole bunch like more. They added at least more clothes.
They added
and
more
shit
clothes, but they did add a good
that they
bit
did
last year too. They had like Christmas suits and stuff like that.
They
This
added
year
way
they
more
added,
this year.
they added ugly sweaters and scarves and.
They have like 1,000 hats.
Yeah, new masks and hats, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's,
From what I played of the heists in like the single player, I mean, if they do them anything, because like every single time in the single player, there's like one full heist. All the other ones either had like
see, they showed in
pieces
the
chopped
trailer. They
off
showed.
or-
It was funny that they started off like with the fucking dude, forget his name, saying like, "I know you've been complaining, but you weren't ready yet." A straight fucking knock at the people a straight knock at the people who've been bitching at like them for not doing the heist for so long.
What, Lester?
Yeah. And then they had the FIB dude or wherever, like he was given a mission too. So like, I guess you could figure there's at least 2 heists. I don't know how many different. That's going to be the main thing, because when you very early on in the game on the 360, there were buildings that you could glitch into that had interiors and stuff, because it's obvious those are going to be used for the heist. So if you went by that, there's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 interior buildings. There's even a bank that's like fully open. You'd figure something would be taking place there. It depends on how many there are, I guess, because the jobs, like, they're not that fucking varied. Like, we were doing a few jobs when we played, and it was pretty fun, like stealing the cocaine and doing that. But like it gets boring after a while, because it's like it's kind of the same shit, just dressed a little bit
You were
differently.
saying 5 heists.
People were saying
5
5?
Yep.
5 heists, 20 hours of content. That's gonna be 20 hours with five heists.
There better be some long like setup phase.
probably
the
setup
heist,
phase.
See, I don't
escape.
even think it'll be 20 hours worth, because I figure there were some bits in the trailer where the guy was like, this is a 2-man job or something like that, but yet
Yeah.
there was 3 or 4 people standing there. So 2 men go and get the escape vehicle or something like that. Then what did the other fuckers do? Like, they probably go
Infiltrate.
complete another objective like at the same time. Like, it's like, I'm sure with a party, you
Yeah.
could probably knock out all the objectives pretty quick, get an objective done, like everybody splits up and just do the heist, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't see it taking that long to complete those heists, because even in the ones in the single player, you could probably you could probably get through, other than the scripted events, you could probably get through some of them pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's enough to like. I would hope that it's
Guess we'll
beefy
find
enough to
out.
fucking to do that, because the free roam is kind of like lacking. It was really. There was a point where like people were making modded maps, like jobs where like you could bring in a bunch of the single player vehicles,
Yeah.
which was fucking awesome. So like all the stuff that you could only use in the single player, you could now use in the multiplayer, like the tractor and shit like that. And then they patched it.
They're saying
Someone
and
said,
they're saying the way it works is there's different ways to do each heist, and that's what draws it out.
Yeah,
with replayability.
Oh, so just replaying it.
yeah,
Yeah.
from what they said, it's like
Yeah.
5 heists or whatever, but each person like has their own jobs. So each job is like a separate mission. So it's like sub-missions within the mission, or within the heist.
So if you go through and play through all the different missions for all the heists, that would lead up to, which means each heist is about, what is it, 20 minutes long or something like that?
Yeah, each heist would be relatively like brief, but the setup, if you wanted to go through every role in the setup, then that would add on to the time.
Yep.
5 heists, 4 stages to each of them that will require 4 people, and all people will have something to do. I guess, I mean, it could be alright. I do think that it needs like a fucking, because that was one of the things that they said with GTA Online, that it would be like ever expanding and always like blah blah blah, pumped with new stuff and shit like that.
Well, that was like their branding for GTA in general was just around money and like
It's just
heisting
kind
and
of
stuff,
like
so.
trickled in. It hasn't really been like a, like I remember with Saints, like that, the one Saints game that came out, there was like a new content thing, even though some of those were lackluster too, but there was a new content thing like every week, like something like along those lines, even if it was something little, would have like kept the flow going, I guess. But I don't know. I'm hoping that it's fun.
Yeah,
I like the GTA Online.
most they've had is like little updates throughout the year, and some of them, if you miss them, then you can't get like
Yeah, you can, they're like they
the
expire.
Independence Day update.
Can't
like,
get 'em.
I can't get any of those weapons anymore.
What
or
was
any
in
of
that?
those things. They had like some.
That was
new
like the
weapons
fireworks
and
stuff,
the
wasn't it?
fireworks
Because they
thing.
do, even if you do have them, they take them away.
Do they?
Yeah, they do take them away. Like there was not all of them, but there are some. Like I still have the Tommy gun,
Yeah.
and people now can't get the Tommy gun. I don't think, but I still have the Tommy gun in my inventory.
Thing,
but like there was something that I think they did take away.
Weird thing on Xbox One, do they just give you like every like exclusive thing from the 360? Like when it was released, people who got the pre-order edition or whatever had like a 50 caliber Desert Eagle or whatever pistol. It was like the pre-order exclusive.
I don't think I got that.
And then on Xbox One, like now I have it for some reason.
Maybe they just fucking gave it to you because I don't think I have that. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I have no idea. No idea. 1 hour a job, each heist giving 4 hours. Now someone's saying 4 hours of content.
I don't believe that.
I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
All we know is the heists are coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad they added houses though. So
I
you
didn't
can
even
buy
know
like
they
a
had
little shitty house off like somewhere in the distance, and
Yeah.
then kind of like Lester's house in the campaign kind of deal. And you can just like store whatever you have there and pre-plan the mission with your crew there.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's what it's there for. Is that in there now?
Yeah, that's in there now.
Oh, yeah, so they're probably gearing up for it, I guess. You'll have a house. A really fucking shitty house to
But-
get together at.
Like the other, the apartments originally, there's tons of different looking houses on the outside, but you go inside, the interior is like, there's 2 different interiors. There's like the higher class one or whatever that's like spruced up and looks nice, and then there's the lower class one that looks shitty.
I wish they would have kept more of like just like with Red Dead, more of the single player stuff in the multiplayer, like
Yeah.
hunting and stuff like
Lasso.
that. Like,
They took out all the
that
animals.
shit. Like I wish that would like just fucking have the. Yeah, people are gonna be fucking stupid with the lasso. Don't have it in the competitive side, but if just to dick around in free mode. Like yeah, why not?
That'd be
shit
great
like
to
that.
have.
Would be is the stuff that like I really wish they would have been able to just fucking keep in there for the multiplayer, because that's what makes it fun to dick around in.
Yep. Anyone else? Anyone else before we move on?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that's GTA 5 Heists. Halo 5 beta multiplayer.
Which actually doesn't
arena
come out until like the
multiplayer,
29th.
which doesn't come out to the 29th.
We got
but
to play a little bit early.
James and I have played a little bit of it.
I barely got to play. I played
I played more than him. I played
played
3
a-
matches.
a quarter of 2 matches and got kicked out of both of them because
I
it said
played-
that my party had changed and I didn't deserve to play the game anymore. It's like, yeah.
So it knocked you out. But yeah, I
Yeah.
played a little bit of it. It was the first thing I got when I got in there was like it had a lot of the elements that a lot of the FPSs kind of like Call of Duty are pulling from. And it's very interesting using because I went straight and set up bumper jumper right away, and it was very interesting with the way the ADS worked and me still using the clicking to zoom in and stuff. So it kind of felt weird. Haven't really had a lot of time to play it, but from what it is, it has 2 features that are drastically kind of changing the way it's played, because it's like James likes to say, it's based on map control still. There's not the loadouts that they have, which is really nice and makes it feel a lot better. And then there's the power weapons throughout, and the only thing that they really have is everyone has the boost, so you can do the boost dodge. So you're getting shot, you can dodge.
You sprint
behind.
too. right?
I think there is sprint, and I don't know what it is though. I didn't have a chance to look at the controls and
Really?
didn't
Yeah,
find it.
there is sprint. Sprint is in there.
Yeah, I did see it at one point, but I never got around to trying it because I don't really like sprinting too much in Halo, even if it is available. But yeah, so there's that, and then there's an also ground pound feature, which puts you in this thing where you jump up, and you normally how I would crouch jump, you jump and click down. It puts you in this hover mode where you charge up, and if you're far enough off the ground and you can aim at a spot, you'll in like 2 or 3 second build up, you'll shoot down and slam the ground. I don't know what the damage is. I don't know if it kills them instantly or if they walk into the circle, if that kills them or what, but that's just something. And then so when you're also shooting and you jump in midair and you ADS during that, it sends you into hover mode. So you jump up, say you aim down the BR when you're up there, or the sniper, it completely stops you in midair and lets you finish like your shot or something like that, and then it drops you from there.
Why are people
That's,
saying
that's
what-
kind of like super casualized, it sounds like. Because, like, I don't know, they've been kind of trying to experiment and make it, like, super twitchy.
Yeah.
And, like, the only way I can see that being relevant is because, like, when you jump up with a sniper rifle, it takes some skill to, like,
To line
aim
it
at
up.
someone.
Yeah, with that in the
Because
BR.
you're dropping and you're still aiming.
That's why-
But with that, you literally are, like, fixed.
Yeah,
and you can
yeah.
just do whatever. So that's, like, they're obviously trying to appeal.
It's
But,
really strange.
Like all this like boost shit and the ground pound and all this like sprinting, like they're like that's really weird. ADS as well, like that's not like if I wanted to play that, I'd play the new Call of Duty. Like I don't see why they thought that their game wasn't good enough. Like that, they have to compete now with like these other games and play.
Yeah,
on
I
their
know.
turf.
Like the classic way Halo is played is obviously what I prefer. But like, it's not terrible. I mean, it's weird and it's something I'll have to get used to. But it's hard to form an exact opinion on it. But yeah, it's kind of like that. They're trying to really compete with the how dynamic and twitchy like a lot of the FPSs.
I
have
thought
turned
like
into.
fucking didn't he say that Advanced Warfare's like sales were like lower than the last one? Like
I have
thought
no
they were
idea.
saying that it
I'm
was
sure it
lower.
is.
Ghost Dogs, yo.
I
Ghost
thought
Dogs.
that I thought I had seen that somewhere.
I'm
not
pretty sure it's declining every year with the Call
Why
of
do
Duty
people want me to
stuff.
wave? Oh my god, this fucking chat. Earlier they were saying this was the most awkward creature talk. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's
and
it's
they also
pretty
said
awkward.
Alexander was upset because he's sitting there not talking.
Why? I don't know. It's like talking about GTA.
I think you just need to keep talking because otherwise you
It
I
becomes
think your
awkward
normal
and you
demeanor is
look
like
upset.
you look
I
mean.
guess. Yeah, I could see that.
You just come across mean.
I'm just.
You just sit there looking at Jordan and
like
they
someone
thought you're
said,
mad
like,
at him.
Like when I sit there and listen, people were like, "Oh, what's wrong with him?" But when I talk, like nothing is said. So it's only when I stop talking that people are like, "Whoa, I haven't heard Alex talk about bullshit in the last 5 minutes. Something must be wrong here."
Pissed off.
No,
Obviously.
like. I
And then
don't
there's
know.
the one person that's just happy
But
that
you
we're
know what it
streaming.
is? It is like 343 really like looking into it and being like, all right, let's try to see what we can do to change like how this game is sold and how it's played, etc.
At the same time, still appealing to those that like the original Halos and keeping in the fact that you don't use loadouts, you don't do all that. It's based on
I didn't
map
do that
control
shit
and
with
skill.
fucking 4.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't give
so.
a fuck about that.
4 was, I don't know what the fuck 4 was. 4 was again. I have no idea what it was. I have no idea what it was.
I don't know.
honestly.
I can't even
I played
remember
the
what it
multiplayer
is.
for a good while. I had a series in the multiplayer, and then I realized like, what
It was
the
with
fuck am I doing?
the orbitable drop
yeah,
things.
orbitable drops, and you go up to them and you
You get a
the
kill
super
streak,
weapons.
and then the drops come down, and
that's
that's where
right.
you get the power
yeah.
weapons.
That's right. I remember that now.
It started off.
That sounds
It was
horrible.
showing off the sprint as not a perk. So sprint at that point was pertinent, and it was like all around for everyone.
Yep.
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. It just was weird.
I played a lot more Reach than I did 4.
But like, a lot of people played like the Halos for like the campaigns and stuff, and that's like was always a direct reflection on like the multiplayer. Like once people were done with the campaign, they just hop into multiplayer, and eventually like a community was built from it.
Yep.
But Halo 4 was
Halo
terrible.
4,
I mean,
like I said, 5 hours it took me to beat that. Like that's quick. Like
Yeah.
most Halos are, probably upwards of 8 to 10, like easily.
But
which isn't
I heard
like
the
super
Master
long,
Chief
but-
Collection's still broken. Like that shit's.
Oh, I haven't
still,
even
like-
been back on there to see.
haven't
They've
checked
patched
either.
it so many times because like of its fucking problems. It was literally unplayable right out of the gate, which is fucking sad when you want to go in and play. Like, I feel like they fucked up with the playlist. Like, it was fucking stupid. They made it so that way it was like, here's your anniversary playlist. You get to play 2, 3, or 4 or something like that. I don't even know. Like, all the games were like mixed together instead of it being like separate. Like, here's like they also even separated the Halo 2 anniversary, and then here you had the old classic Halo 2. Like every fucking split that you could think of for a playlist was split. It was like 12 goddamn playlists on launch. That's fucking stupid. How are you gonna split them people that much? I just wanted to play Halo 2 online.
There was like I saw a picture and it was like they were advertised. It was like a screen cap of them like playing the game or whatever, and it was like at like an advertised playlist as a 3v3. It's a playlist that's supposed to be 2v2, but they were in a 4v4 lobby. So
Rip.
like
The fuck?
pretty much it's a playlist that was like advertised as like a 3v3, but it's supposed to be a 2v2, but when they queued up for it, there was like searching for 7 other people, so it was like a 4v4, like as opposed to like what it's supposed to be or
Yeah.
what it was called back in the day. It was like, I don't know, it seems like really
Was it like
like
multi-team?
I think it probably was
Multi-team-
I couldn't
multi-team
see
was
the playlist.
changed.
I couldn't see the playlist name. I was trying to look
Oh.
for it, but I just saw like that playlist.
They did change
I assume it was
multi-team. Multi-team to me was like
Well, you had 2v2s though, like
doubles. That was doubles.
yeah,
Yeah,
team doubles. So I don't know what the fuck they.
Multi-team was the, I think it was
multiple teams, though.
3 and 3 maybe.
Yeah, it was
Or
2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
It was
It was
two?
8 people.
2 of 8.
Eight
It's 2.
people. 4 teams of 2.
Multi-team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-team.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they did with the playlist there. There would be times where it'd be like 3v5 or fucking 2v1 or something. You're just getting really stupid fucking games, and it's like, why did this happen? And then you get disconnected anyway, so it's like, okay, well, that was that. I got to play like one match on a nice CTF with Joe on elongation, and it was a pretty good CTF match that we won, and then afterwards we got kicked out. Fun time. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember this from my childhood, and get the fuck out. All right.
Someone said they were in a 6v2 match on Team Slayer, which is 4v4.
Yeah, that's a rip right there.
Oh boy.
But it's been like that since launch, and that's fucking bad when like Xbox has to come out and be like, we apologize and stuff like that. Like, as much as
Coming out of a company that has already like published so many like online multiplayer stuff, like I don't know, they need to be able to have that ready to go on launch, not like let's throw it out there and patch it from
literally
there.
the worst thing when it comes to fucking FPSs is when like Battlefield will come out and the servers are just shit. EA's
we
like,
didn't
we didn't know.
think that many
We
people
didn't
would
expect
want to play it.
All right, with 5 fucking people to play your game.
this has been a thing like continuously, and it hasn't fucking stopped. Where like all these companies just fuck. Sorry guys, we really dropped the ball on this one, guys. Like what the fuck? Like
Well, it's either broken or just not even finished, or just like this year has been fucking huge for that. For
Broken,
not finished games.
Can't handle the load. Like,
I don't know what happened
I
this
don't know
year.
if it's
I don't
like
know
just
what
more
happened.
publishers pushing and like just people like devs not being able to like produce for timelines and then
I think a
messing
lot
up
of them
and
probably shot
cutting
themselves in the
corners
foot.
a lot
or-
of timelines.
They
Definitely
went
a
to
lot.
E3 last year, announced a bunch of big fucking heavy hitters or something like that, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden like, oh shit, we're not gonna meet our deadline for like everybody. It's just
And
like
they can't-
throw it out, throw it out, throw it out,
They
throw it
can't
out, throw it
really,
out.
they can't really delay it. Like that costs so much money for publishers and devs. Is when they're like,
And there's
oh man,
there's already been so many delays
we gotta delay
this year.
Yeah,
like,
it's
how many times has The Witcher been delayed already?
Witcher's been
Not
hit-
that I want to say that. I don't want to jinx that it's gonna
they
come
hit
out.
back. Yeah, they've been hit back quite a bit, but like I trust that. Like
We've
they're
seen it in
indie
action for
technically,
like we've
so-
seen over like an hour worth of gameplay, and it still looks good. But I'm just saying like that's a common trend that like does not look good for.
I
for
hope
big,
I
heavy hitter
hope it's
games.
cleaned up for next year.
I'm wondering like what the
Hopefully.
fuck the point of E3 is anymore. Like
Oh, nothing now. Like, it's weird.
No, where I'm coming from now is like people go to E3 like we gotta see the heavy hitters, like we gotta see the best games coming out. All these devs are showing their shit. Destiny gets fucking awards out the wazoo, like left and right. So many awards. Comes out, drops the ball. Everyone's like, okay, 7 out of 10. Fucking Dragon Age Inquisition comes out randomly, gets Game of the Year on fucking
Like
Spike.
2 weeks later,
What
2
the
weeks later, out from release.
Yeah.
what what the fuck is going on where like these games like are just randomly like
Far Cry.
they hype it up and then they
Far Cry,
Far Cry,
zero hype,
yeah.
zero marketing budget.
But the game was
comes
good.
out
The game
and
was-
it's good.
It
and
comes out and
it's
it's
clean.
good,
was
but
good,
Operates
fine.
well. Like
It's
no
'cause
real problems.
it's like they put that
what it was
production
supposed to do,
value.
and that's what people care about. Like if you're gonna promote like your game was like this is gonna be awesome MMO FPS like nothing you've ever seen, and it comes out and it's just like what the fuck? What do I even do? Like loading times are like 2002 PlayStation, and
And then like Dragon Age and Far Cry, they like took the money that they could have used on advertising into
and sunk it
production
into
value.
production value, and then that's
Game
what
comes out.
produces a good game.
like when big companies have to be like, guys, we're really sorry. Here's a free game on like Origin, or here's a free game on Uplay. Like, all right, like.
I
just
didn't
don't-
even I didn't even know that like some people were like, why are you playing The Crew or something. I didn't even fucking
didn't
know
even know
that
that
game
was
came
out.
out.
Came out
I
either.
didn't even know that The Crew came out.
What is the ratings like on that? Like what's the
I don't know.
Like I like driving games. I
did
wanted to
not
try it
know
out,
that.
but I didn't
think
even know
it's
it.
kind of like
It was just
a
like
weird concept where like you get to go, you can drive around like America, but it's like small scale America.
Yeah.
So like if you're driving through like a state, it's like the state's just like squished, like super hard.
What was the game that did that a while back? Like it was like Burnout Paradise
There
or
was,
something like that?
I
or-
think
Test Driver Unlimited or something
like that did,
had,
like, something-
they
yeah.
bragged a big huge
I
map
don't know, let me
and
see
stuff
what
like
The
that.
Crew got.
No, Paradise City was just
You don't have
in Paradise
internet.
City.
I don't have internet, but Alex does.
But
But yeah,
The Crew.
the
I don't know.
Crew.
Like I was saying like
I
a
heard
few weeks
nothing
ago,
about the
like WoW came out, and this is a company.
Pretty mixed. It's got a 61 on
Jesus.
Metascore.
That game came out, and this is a company that's been doing shit for 10 years, and like
The
it's
user
like
score is 5.
nothing new is them having another expansion, and they go ahead and like servers are just garbage, and they're like, guys, really fucked up.
So for
We
the
couldn't
Warlords
handle
of
the load.
Draenor, so
We
that
couldn't
was
handle the load, guys.
really, and they couldn't.
They didn't do- they did
really.
that?
Oh.
Like how hard is it for them to invest a little bit extra money to buy
They
more
said,
servers
they said
than
they
you
looked
need?
into it.
What is
and
this?
For,
WoW.
for like the latest
new
WoW
WoW
expansion.
It
Like
crashed.
yeah, their servers are just
Oh, that's,
garbage.
that's
like-
right. I remember seeing all the like stuff on Twitter about people like, well,
In
I've been in
line,
the queue
waiting
for like
line.
50 hours
Yeah,
and stuff like
I mean,
that.
queues are just
I
normal.
like queues, but the way to do it would like kick you back and forth, right?
There
And
was
do,
like
weird stuff.
people that would like they load into a character, get kicked out, load into another character, and go find their character just standing still somewhere in the world. There was all fucked up shit like that was going on randomly. But I mean, like they're like, yeah, we over anticipated and we still got like wrecked. So,
Oh my goodness!
Like I'm just picturing like what do they do? Like we're gonna go buy more servers right now, Jim. Get the cart, and they just fucking run out the door, and they're just wheeling.
They're
in
wheeling
servers.
servers,
Like,
like,
their ITs are like plugging them in. Like
oh my god.
I can't. I just.
can't believe
I wouldn't
Blizzard
want to
did that.
be in those board meetings. Like, can you imagine those board meetings where it's like the high up suits
Wasn't
that
the
have no
last
idea
one-
what's
didn't the
going on?
last
It's just
one-
like, so how'd
did
it
the
go?
last one cause anything or?
Last, I mean, they're always just like some cute time, but like the last one wasn't that bad. Like I played in the first day and it was like whatever. Like I don't remember that many problems. Like maybe the one before.
There's got to
had
be
a
like
little
some
bit.
kind of prep where it's like, okay, last time we had this much traffic. This time, anticipate this much traffic, and then
But
like
there you go, now we
plan
know, like,
accordingly.
they have been kind of on a decline, so this one was kind of like an up. So I guess I could see that going on, but like still, like you should by now, 10 years later, be like, all right, every year, guys, we keep getting fucked. Let's do something. Let's buy like 50 servers just for one day, like. Or however many. That's probably like a very underestimated
Yeah,
amount. But it's
no,
just like
I-
an ass fuck of servers that could like handle double
Let's just,
the population. for worst case
so
scenario.
much it'll cost us like an extra
But people
$200,000,
can play on the
and
first day
people will be
like,
able to
wow,
play.
I'm having fun.
And if they
Instead of,
don't,
like-
and then if it's too much, then we'll just like, hey, we only had those servers for like 2 days and we didn't need them.
And
So
they had to give out like 3 days like of game time to everybody. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Oh man.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened this year. This year has been like a
We can
mess.
only
E3
hope.
is completely different than what it used to be. Like it just feels different. Like you go into E3 and it's not even the same thing as what it was before when we first got. Like that was always a big thing, like going to E3. And when we finally went, it was like, yay!
It was cool,
And
but
now, like
then
a
it's
couple
just like-
years later, now it's just like I don't know what the fuck is going on with the industry now. Like everybody's got like. Everyone's got something to prove, but no one's proving anything. Like the whole fucking thing with that game award, I think it was more so done to fucking prove that a good award show could be put out. Because the one last year was so fucking shit that nobody wanted an award show anymore. Because like what the fuck? I'm glad that they brought in like YouTube personalities and stuff like that. Like that was a nice little spin on it, I guess, at least in terms of us. But
that makes sense. I
like
mean,
last year's was just so fucking bad. Like I don't know. That's just it's fucking this game industry. They're moving somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
they usually jump around. I don't know. Some of the shit I feel has to do with like the it doesn't have to be finished to be released like mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that might have something
It's
to
weird
do
that
with it.
Nintendo Ross the Bossy says that Nintendo dominated or whatever, which they did, and it's kind of weird to see because they were literally on the tail end for maybe like last year or something like that. Like I
Past
don't know,
2 years,
and they
yeah.
came
It's
out
been
this
around
year.
for fucking ever, and they just have a shit ton of like just console.
But all of their stuff that came out this year did not flub. Like Smash did not flub. Mario Kart didn't. Fucking they had Dynasty Warriors fucking Zelda thing, which some people were kind of iffy on, but it still did all right.
Bayonetta
2, they got it as an exclusive, which did all right. What else did they have? Like I don't think any of like Nintendo's stuff this year has like shit the bed.
Yeah.
Like other companies, which is it's weird that kind of happened. Nintendo doesn't really. I mean, they usually take a long ass time with their stuff, but it's just like the year that I would say the year that counts or something like that, or that's supposed to be leaping everybody forward.
Okay, Nintendo's killing this year. Smash Bros, Mario Kart 8, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
I didn't even count the fucking. I didn't count the 3DS stuff.
I don't know if I
Zelda?
don't know if you can count Pokemon as like killing in a year, but I guess like, I mean, the
They
handheld,
don't
the
sell
handheld
great.
industry is
They
their
don't
own
sell
industry.
great, but they do what the fuck is it? Quality wise, they've been somewhat consistent. Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the fucking
it's-
super pro Smash players that don't really like the game, I think generally Smash was well
Yeah, it was
received
definitely well received.
for as
I don't
hype
know why
as
they
it
would
was.
complain. Like they were fucking like doing all these like tournaments and shit, and it's not until recently that Nintendo's like, all right, you know what you guys do is pretty cool. We're gonna put it on the map. Like why to be like, oh, we don't really like all these like new things. Like why not just learn it and play it? And if like you like the game, like I guess I get the mentality, but they always complain. Like when they complain from like Melee to Brawl, etc. Like they don't. Like it's either like one or the other. Like why not just like if you're a pro at this, just like learn the newest one and just keep playing it. Like I don't know. It seems like something you should do as like a professional player.
That's what most pro players do is they adapt per game and they don't really complain about it too much. I mean, they'll make their gripes, but most devs are very open about like most pro players' feedback on the stuff because they usually take what they say and kind of implement it. But that goes from deb to deb. Exactly. Yep. So
I don't know. I don't think half of the companies that were on the big stage last year should even get a big stage this year. Like, they should just be, they should bring what they want to the fucking floor, and if it fucking impresses, then show it off later. When you can stand on the big stage and you're throwing all this shit out, and then it comes out and it's just pure fucking, that Watch Dogs debacle was something else. And like to repeat something like that is like,
yeah, it'll
Watch
be nice when
Dogs.
hopefully we get out of this like era of just kind of blech.
a lot of good concepts.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd say
the
so.
thing
Totally
is, like,
executed,
because
but-
of how much voicing there is in, like, the video game industry, like, they can't really get away with this shit for long. Like, you can say all you want, like, as a developer and put millions of dollars in your campaign. But when a YouTuber's like, this game's shit, and, like, it's got, like, 1 million views on it, like, that's 1 million people is, like, the
power of
the game is literally
YouTubers.
being shit.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? I know I told Jordan, but after Unity came out, Ubisoft's fucking stock dropped by like 9%.
Really.
Pretty big hit.
I don't
Like
think I've
immediately
ever,
after.
I've never, like, actually looked into Ubisoft stock. I don't know, there's nothing that...
If you would have had stock in that would have been 9% gone.
Yeah.
It was like 7 to 9%, something like that, but it dropped immediately after.
Well, that's pretty big. Okay. 9% as in like per stock or like 9%
I don't know.
total stock?
It was like an Imgur picture. Like
Yeah.
somebody screen capped it. I don't even know what the full details were of it, but that was just what it said.
Like, that would be like a result of like investors like pulling out and like just dropping like lots of stock, like in general.
Hey,
you know?
sometimes it even
Like-
comes from like after big sales of stuff, and a lot of stuff's like they'll go off after each game and sell off because like it takes a big jump, or was it just a complete drop off?
I mean, sometimes
I don't know.
people will purchase a lot of stock for like something that they think will get tons of sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe they wanted to pull out while they were ahead. Who really knows? But dropping stock is not good either
not
way.
usually
So
that great. But
Well,
so another
that was
thing-
pretty much our end year wrap up of the games.
Yeah,
you might as well just go
technically.
into next year's plans now.
Well, I was gonna say there was just a quick thing that had come up today, I believe, about ODST coming to the Master Chief.
ODST is going to be added into
I
the
don't
Master
wanna-
Chief
I don't
Collection.
even know
No
why
one
this
cares.
is a topic. Like, what
No
the
one
fuck?
cares.
Like,
Why would you add
I would
Listen.
not waste my hard drive space on that.
Listen,
No one
ODST.
cares.
ODST.
Coming to Master
We
Chief
talk
Collection.
about ODST.
No one cares. That's it. It's done. It's
Talk
done.
about that shit every
Listen
time we
here,
bring up
gentlemen.
It's
Every
Listen
time Halo's
here,
brought up,
gentlemen.
I
It's
liked the
always
campaign.
like ends up on ODST.
Listen
I liked
here,
the campaign.
gentlemen.
It was alright.
Fuck Nathan Fillion.
So yeah, I can probably talk about quick. We're kind of all over the place with this topic list.
Next year.
It's fine.
Next year plans. So we jump down there. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
We were
So,
just talking about the end of the year game, so
Yep.
I was
I'm
going to go
waiting-
around. I want to hear
I'm
everyone's
waiting for
favorite
Division.
game. I want to
That's
hear.
what I'm waiting. That's my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
that's what it was called, the Division.
What was
Oh, yeah,
your
I'm talking-
favorite game of
I
We
hope
already
it
2014?
doesn't
watched
end
the
up being
Division behind closed
I
doors.
think you watched it twice. Well, I watched it.
You weren't there in Germany when they did their iPad presentation.
I saw the iPad presentation at E3.
And you got to see it fail there, and I got to see it fail live
Oh,
in
you did?
person.
Well, yeah, I don't know what that is.
I hope it's not like a Watch Dogs kind of thing when it gets released, where it's like,
Christ, I hope not.
Hype.
I'm like kind of
And then-
excited for it.
I
That's
don't.
why, like,
I don't really understand the concept yet. I mean, I want to see more stuff before
Okay,
because
it's
they really go into a lot of stuff where they don't exactly explain what it is, and then when it comes out, it's just like, oh, so that's how it works. Seems like one of those things.
Yeah, like the
think they're
biggest
keeping
thing
it
they shoot
ambiguous.
or they showed
Like,
was
explain
the,
it
kinda
like
Ghost
explaining
Recon and,
Destiny.
like,
Destiny,
Daisy
if you think about
combined.
Destiny, the way they'd marketed it is,
I don't know what the fuck they marketed that as.
and then you get into it and it's like,
open
oh,
world.
this is
you could
weird.
go anywhere.
You see those mountains
But
over
you-
there?
there.
I just think it's funny because there's so many like things on Destiny that come out, like articles like watch this player beat the hardest level by himself in under 10 minutes, like shit like that. And like the way that like these like Destiny advertises is like new raid, like get your friends together. This will be really hard.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna need to get them together. It's going to be a big
I think
challenge.
immediately
And,
after
like,
playing that alpha and hearing the VO and all that, like
Yeah,
I think
that
it
was-
was just like
I honestly still haven't played the game.
the
once.
load
I haven't-
times,
I
like
haven't
into the
touched it.
cities, like shit like that. Like I've never like an MMO having a load time is like, unless it's like a different like fucking place in general. If it's like you're in open world, there should not be fucking load times between like going from A to B. Like I get that there's like you're in a ship cinematic, but like why is there that? Like what's cool about watching a ship glide like for 30 seconds as you're going to like outer space? Like if you could get in the ship, go to fucking outer space, that'd be pretty like cool, badass. But not just like, all right, I'm gonna stay on this checkpoint, press A. Okay, now I'm in like the main city. Like, like so much money went into that, and I don't know what the result of it was because it clearly wasn't a game that like people wanted to play. And you'd think with that much money, they'd be able to have people come in and be like, I don't want to play this. Like, can you do something better? And be like, oh, okay, let's think about it. But they're like, no, we're Bungie, new game, new IP, everyone's gonna be hype, and it just.
it was hyped.
It was
It was
very
hyped.
hyped.
It was very
And then
hyped.
I
like
bought
said-
the game, and I still haven't unwrapped it.
I have yet to buy it.
Because I saw some things on it, and
I
I
don't
was
know.
like,
I played the alpha. We all played.
Yeah.
the
I
alpha
never
pretty
played
much.
the alpha, the beta, the
I watched
anything.
some
I
of the
haven't
alpha.
touched that game. I don't know if I ever will.
Did
Yeah.
you ever hear the VO like about the moon and all that? Like that's a what did he say?
I heard something
That's
about Peter Dinklage's.
That's
line
whatchamacallit
was-
from the moon or some shit.
I don't
An
know.
alien from the moon or something.
Never
I don't
heard
know
it,
what that
no.
Oh,
line
like
was.
it's a wizard. It came from
Yeah,
the
there
moon.
you go, the
it's
wi-
a
yeah.
wizard from the moon.
the line that got removed
It's
in the final
horde.
game.
Like, or it's the swarm. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
oh my god.
I don't
Huh.
know. I mean, people found like weird stuff, just like parts of the game that was like clearly cut out. Like it was legitimately like you could be there, but it's just like a gate. And so it's like they took parts out and they're like DLC content, and like some people can get it, some people can't. Like it's
Wasn't there
all
like
just
a
like weird like.
Sounds like Capcom.
wasn't there like a whole thing where somebody like either glitched through the map or like was able to look at the map in like some editor or whatever, and they like saw all these areas that were like, or these planets that were listed as like DLC things, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
they weren't
I mean,
released
like,
or announced yet.
Watch Dogs code was like fucking, I guess, uncrypted, and people found like them just shit talking about PC and stuff. So that's kind of funny. I'm not surprised that they, just selectively took stuff out and thinking that like, we'll just release this DLC later, nobody will care.
Yeah.
So what did you want to do?
I was
favorite
saying
game?
favorite game of 2014.
Shit, I don't fucking know. I'll tell you what, I played more random shit this year, and if it keeps up, like I don't fucking the AAA releases that I've played this year have all fell flat, and like I don't even. A lot of people ask why I don't play many of the AAA games because I don't fucking look forward to them. I'm not hyped about any of them, and I'm not fucking excited for them. Like the one that I was, The Evil Within, fucking flip-flopped so goddamn much that I got a headache every time I fucking played it because it didn't know what it wanted to be, whether it was horror or whether it was fucking action. Just like the gripes that were with other Resident Evils, this game fucking had just the same. And there was just a bunch of other dumb stuff with the game too. Like it was solid foundation, but just like what went wrong? I don't know. It was a buggy mess. Literally bugs that were fucking preventing me from progressing in the game. That got me really pissed off. And I don't even know how it happened on the PS4 like version. PC version on release broken to fuck. Like why the fuck do I even waste my time with that shit? If I want to fucking like I could just fucking play DayZ or something like that. I know it's not finished, but I can fucking get enjoyment out of it because I can play it for who knows how long. It'll get updates or whatever. Something like a game like that. I could play one of those ever evolving
I don't
like
think DayZ
always.
will ever stop getting updates. It's just gonna be
It's-
early access forever.
It's been early
They just
access for
recently-
years.
They just recently added the truck. So
Oh, the
Are
truck!
you fucking kidding me?
The truck.
truck was added recently.
Nice. Like stuff like that. I'd rather fucking play and learn a fucking game than dedicate my time to a new AAA game like throughout looking back through this year. I would have rather played fucking Hearthstone more. When that shit came out in beta, I was really hyped about it, and I stopped playing it for the sake of newer games. And like, I could have just fucking stayed playing Hearthstone. I could have learned Hearthstone. I could have been really good at Hearthstone. I could have kept playing Hearthstone. I could have played fucking... What else came out that like... I could have played fucking Counter-Strike. I don't know the first thing about it, but I could have dedicated my fucking time to playing that. It's a big waste of fucking time is what a majority of the games coming out, like, or this year, most of them have been. And it's like, I can't fucking pick a best one because, like I don't even know what that says.
Like, all those games take, like,
I Am Bread.
investment.
It's my game of the year 2014. Because a game with 4 fucking levels that pissed me the hell off, but I still enjoyed it more than probably, I don't know how many other games. Like, the fucking YouTube bait is what people call those games. I find more enjoyment in those fucking games than I do in the AAA games nowadays. Or at least this year.
It just depends on how you want to, like, invest your time, and then at the end result is like whether your time was worth being invested into it. Like, I still can't fucking play Lords of the Fallen. I would have invested my time into that, but then I hear like Seamus talk about it or anyone else talk about it, and they're just like, I can't even fucking play the game. So like, who wants to spend like what $60, then like 30+ hours in the game they can't even like play or beat? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? Again, I'd rather play I Am Bread like for 30 hours and be like, oh, it delivered. It's your piece of bread and you fucking
You made yourself into toast.
That's it. I mean,
Mission accomplished.
I
you could be like,
expected.
okay.
I got what I
Yeah,
expected.
like, yeah.
That's the game.
This is what I expected going in. I'm gonna play a jiggly ass
gotta.
game where I'm trying to become toast, and that's what I got out of it. I was pissed off along the way. I saw some goofy ass glitches and shit like that along the way, but I never found anything that legitimately pissed me off. Or like the one game I guess that was clean enough would be Far Cry. Far Cry was completely clean. There might have been bugs in there, but they were funny bugs. Like they weren't anything. It wasn't anything game breaking or anything like that. But then again, I haven't even beaten the game yet. Like so. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else even came out.
I'm looking through right now.
Fucking probably Walking Dead again. Probably Telltale's Walking Dead
season
again.
2 came out. Wolf Among Us came
There
out.
you go. What, like Telltale always fucking delivers on their stuff. I don't think there's been a thing with Telltale Games where they haven't delivered on their shit yet. So they've gotten a pretty good reputation like thus far. So either Wolf Among Us Wolf Among Us wasn't this year, but Walking Dead season 2. Fucking I Am Bread, Far Cry.
I'm just trying to think.
Wow.
Like,
What
back
a
through
list.
this year.
Choose. You have to choose one.
I'm trying to figure out what else was out.
See, but I'm trying to think of
Technically,
like
Dark Souls 2 was
Yeah,
out
Dark
as
Souls
well.
2.
I
Dark
thought it
Souls
was
2
alright.
came out this year.
Yeah.
I thought that was 13.
No, that was the beginning of the year.
Oh, then that's my game of the year. But I was trying to think of like games that.
Really?
Well,
That's
you're
your
easy.
game of the year?
Yeah,
Alex, Elder Scrolls Online came out.
That was so good.
Gang Beast was this
Gang
year.
Beast-
Gang Beast is game of the year.
Last of Us was not. That was not.
That was last year.
Remastered came out this year.
Sunset was alright, but I wouldn't give it game of the year.
I was trying to think
Now
like
people are
just
gonna,
through
like,
this year.
list
Binding of
different
Isaac was pretty
games.
good.
Different
Smash
games this
Bros.
year I've
I
enjoyed playing, and all the ones I've spent all my time this year enjoying throughout the year have been released before 2014. Besides Dark Souls 2.
Was Infamous this year or no? Or was that last year?
that was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Jesus, that one.
you
That
sure?
went really quick.
I don't remember it coming out this year. Second Son?
Yeah.
Was that this year?
I'm pretty sure that was this year.
Someone said this one. That was.
I think
Was
it
it?
was early this year that it came out.
Yeah.
Second Son
I
was.
remember you talking about it.
Second Son was
South
okay,
Park.
but again, I don't think Second Son was game of the year quality. It wasn't.
I totally
It
forgot that
wasn't.
came out actually.
It wasn't as
Stick of
good as
Truth.
Infamous 2 to me. I don't think.
Titanfall.
Oh, fuck off.
Titanfall did come out. I saw that on here.
Alien Isolation was.
I don't know.
Eh.
I can't fucking. I guess Far Cry. I don't know. I can't fucking like Smash
Minecraft
was good.
story mode.
They're really
I-
when
you know,
you think of
I
how
would
much has
say-
been released and then how much actually like delivered. Like I can fucking probably put on more games that are the random indie fucking like passionate indie developers that are probably putting their fucking heart and soul into one title that they have enough money for, as opposed to a AAA
The Forest.
company.
The Forest was a pretty good work in progress.
That's not technically released yet.
I know.
So
No, but they've been doing a good job with the updates.
I would
Yeah.
say like
I like how they have an
between
update timer.
Sunset, like Sunset, I had the most fun with probably out of any other game I played this year. And then there was one I just saw in here. I don't know why I just forgot
With
about
South Park this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
South Park was pretty good. South Park was pretty good.
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. that's
Shovel
the one
Knight
I
was also pretty good. Indie.
Yeah.
That is
They
true.
the devs actually contacted me to give them my address because I backed Shovel Knight like 2 fucking years ago, and they never gave me my physical thing that I get from it, and they just contacted me for my address so they could send it to me because it got, I guess, rerouted or something like that. I don't know.
So between Sunset and Shadow of Mordor on my end is probably the 2 games I'd say, because like 2 games that I had a lot of fun with, played through. I guess Far Cry would be in that list too.
Gang Beast, I Am Bread, Shovel Knight, Far Cry. You got one AAA game out of all those.
I didn't even get to play. Like I haven't played Inquisition. I don't want to play that until I actually get to play the first 2 games.
Dragon Age might be. I mean, it might be alright. I don't play Dragon Age.
I
so don't
played
know.
it. I played it when I went out to LA for like the Ronku stuff, and it was fun. Like I did. Like I love it as far as completionists go. Just being able to do all sorts of random crap. I just haven't had a chance to
Hard
play
time.
the first 2 ones.
Game of the Year of 1998.
I don't think that was 2014.
That was probably like 2001 or something.
Yeah, that was a way back.
I don't know. This year definitely did suck in terms of games, and a lot of AAA games. It sucks because, like, for someone that when you do YouTube content, stuff like that, and you look for like good content makers and stuff like that, like you kind of looked for that kind of stuff. And when every game that comes out flops hardcore, like I know Alex was saying that he wanted to do stuff with Destiny, but obviously nothing happened because the game fucking blew. So it's like, how can you plan around something like that?
How could we do our Fire Squad if it doesn't work?
The stress of a YouTuber. How can I do my job when the games suck?
Evolve isn't out yet, and I guess
You
GTA,
played the beta.
Evolve's
Play
really fun. though,
GTA 5?
So far. GTA 5.
That was last year.
That was last
The
year.
like the Xbox One version, obviously
That was
this year.
last year.
but-
GTA 5 DLC.
We can't count fucking Last of Us
Oh, I really
remastered
love their,
and Tomb
New
Raider
Year's
remastered
shit.
and GTA
So
remastered.
you would say,
Five
what
Nights
would
at
you say
Freddy's is
out of those
garbage.
3 or 4?
Gang Beast.
Gang Beast, Kevin. You'd say Dark
Dark Souls
Souls 2.
I don't know, man.
Say Shovel Knight.
I've been thinking. No, I can't say Shovel Knight. I'd follow Shovel Knight, but that's
It was pretty short.
yeah. I have no clue.
Dark Souls?
I Am Bread.
No, I think I like the first one better, honestly.
Yeah, but the
Like, Dark
first
Souls
one
2 was
wasn't
like a
this
good-
year.
it was
I'm
like a
trying to
good
find
feeling
what
for
you
me.
think was your favorite game of this year.
Sonic Boom, yeah.
Ooh!
Sonic Boom.
Did you play Walking Dead or no?
I didn't play Walking Dead
Oh.
yet.
Walking Dead Season 2.
Wolf Among Us was
Otherwise,
cool, but like, I don't know. It's like that. I mean, that one's like super story driven and stuff, and like the story's cool. But I mean, I usually like more like hands on stuff.
Yeah.
CS:GO.
CSGO.
There you go.
Give it, you know.
I guess you could technically consider it
It
with
had
its
enough
revamp.
updates that it's probably a new game.
Oh,
with
it is a
fucking
completely
skins
new
and
game.
everything.
a new game now.
And I'd say, I mean, between mine, I don't know, Shadow of Mordor, I guess, was the most unique experience. But
No, not Sims 4. They didn't have like pools or babies in yet. Like, they had to like DLC or patch
So-
those in later. Like, what the fuck?
next year's plans. Basically,
Yell at every AAA company to see if they can listen to us to be like, don't you do this.
next year is going to
Finish
be
your
big.
game.
We've discovered that the traveling is not going to stop, no matter what time of year it's going to be.
Oh,
So
year-round
the
travel.
creatures
Wow.
are going to be in a lot of places the next year.
Oh, the game has pools now. Okay, good.
Huh?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Someone
Sims
just
has
updated me
pools.
that
Okay,
Sims 4
that's good.
confirmed
You
has
can do it
pools.
for your game of the year. It has pools now.
it has pools.
it has pools now. They
It's
updated it.
EA though. I can't give EA game of the fucking year.
Oh, you
My
can
life
give it.
depended on it.
Well,
You can
they
give
got
well,
it, so-
Inquisition
Well.
though, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, they did.
they got it.
fucking
but-
from like worst company in America to game of the year. Like how the fuck? I don't even.
So so a lot of things. We'll be traveling a whole bunch. So definitely look out for when we're doing like fan meetups. When we're going to events, we'll try and do a lot of fan stuff, panels, all sorts of things around events. So that's going to be a big part of next year, is a lot of traveling. More people, like we've already expanded and added on a good chunk of people, Kevin being one of those that have been added on. So a whole bunch more people obviously going to be coming in since we got the expansion. We have more room to move people into.
Lovely idea, you know?
Yeah.
To be serious, though, for a second, before saying how much of an asshole Kevin is and why we brought him on and why we brought, all these assholes on, because I never realized that Joe's an asshole.
Yep.
He's a little
Absolutely.
snarky
Snarky is a good
asshole
word.
who he talks back a lot behind the scenes when when no one sees it. A little bit of it came out in that sunset
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So, but as much as there are assholes coming in, I do have like a sense of like, it's like a different sense of accomplishment to know that you can have someone come out here to Colorado and be able, with so much shit going on with like what the fuck are they? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Like Polaris and Machinima and
Networks,
MCMs. Yeah, MCNs. That's what I was looking for. Like with all the shit going around with them, the fact that like these guys come out here and they do the normal fun stuff that we get to do every day, and they can now say that they can do it for a living when like. Nowadays, that's got to be damn near impossible with because we started so long ago, and now it's so fucking crowded that like.
So yeah, it's a saturated market as far as like getting into it for a living.
So it's still a cool like ability, I guess, that yes, even though we're a business, we still have fucking fun all the time. But because of it being a business, we can bring these guys in and they can get an opportunity to do this full time for a living, whereas they may not have gotten that chance to, or they could be, like Seamus fucking stuck at Target, or Joe stuck at a fucking, Joe used to work at a grocery store for a long ass time, and Joe was going to be stuck there at a grocery store, and now he's like doing this stuff full time. Like, that's like, I don't know. I like
cool.
that aspect.
No, yeah, that's cool because you get to give people
because
like
that's not something that
really
I see
cool
happening
opportunity
in like normal YouTube nowadays. I don't see someone being able to fucking come in without dedicating who knows how many years now, because we dedicated like 2 or 3 years before we could be like, okay, this is full time. Like who knows how many years people have to dedicate now to get to that point. Whereas we can do that and be like, want to come over to fucking Colorado and you can do this for a living and you can fucking have fun every day and you can be an
pretty
asshole.
sure Joe has fun every day.
I think he does have
He's
fun
having
every
a
day.
blast.
I think he has too much fun every day.
I think that is true. I think he does have too much fun. And then we had Spencer that came on, and we're looking at another guy that's going to be our artist here soon. That's
Do you have fun every day?
I do have fun.
You have fun every day.
he sits in his room and plays Grand Theft Auto.
Hey, and he is allowed to do that
I was
because we
trying to
gave
get
him
it
the
to work.
opportunity to do that.
I was trying to get it to work for about 2. No, the whole time I was out here. The very first day
He
I was out here.
able to
we
sit
got
in
our
his
shit set
room
up.
for the past 4 weeks.
He's complaining about not being able to get a game to work.
See
That's
that?
his job.
Yep.
That is an ability that we have
that's just
granted,
something-
and that is so nice. That is the Christmas
I
fucking
can
spirit
come in
right there.
and somebody's biggest problem might
Amazing.
be that the internet is slow.
Amazing. Your biggest problem, the internet is too slow.
That's like YouTube business
You
problems.
spend 3 weeks trying to get GTA to work for you, and that is the least of his worries.
While waiting for Rockstar, he played GTA in the meantime.
getting fucking bathroom curtains.
Yeah,
That is the least of his worries.
those bathroom curtains.
Amazing.
I'll tell you what. But yeah, it's been cool though, getting on a lot of people, and it's going to definitely lead into a lot more over the coming year. And like I said, a lot of travel, a lot of new stuff. We're really getting down to, like you see, we have the hub going up daily now, which was a huge step for us because it was one of those things where it's like, okay, we need to start hammering down this this whole content thing. So a big thing in 2015 is really getting getting into a more rigid schedule as far as posting content, so you guys know when to go to the channel to see a certain show. It's like, okay, so I know if I go here at 2:00, it's going to be Creatutopia. If I know I'm going to go here, it's going to be more First Five when we get that back up and going, and game nights, whatever it is. You guys will have a nice clean schedule. You'll know what we're doing. You'll know when to show up for streams. It'll be nice and streamlined, and that's something we've really got to get into. So it's pretty exciting that we'll get to do that for 2015, and more creative content now that we have so much people that are able to handle a lot of the more time-consuming work.
I think a lot of people keep asking for diversity, and I don't think there will be diversity. Don't worry about it. Goodness gracious. Fuck me.
Yeah, there will be. I mean, calm down, people.
Am I not diverse enough for you
Technically,
guys?
there's somewhat a good amount of diversity. Like, in terms of background, there is some diversity. Be it not just nationalism, or
We may not have huge diversity right now, like race and gender and stuff.
You got to remember though, with his point of us starting out 6 or 4 or 5 years ago, what this field was like, and the people that you see here now that we're here for a long time is pretty much the magnitude of the people that were working on stuff. Like us as young boys that played video games and then had some type of carryover talent with video editing, thus turned into now as an organization and company. And granted, there are more people doing this now, etc. That wasn't the way that it was back then, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess, yeah, diversity is a thing that is going to happen regardless. It's just that because of the way this industry was 5 years ago is a result of why it's like this now. So, but yeah, we've
You just hit yourself in the eye with that bubble.
No.
I lost my train of thought because I
Keep
just
going.
watched
Keep
this,
going.
It's
help me get on track.
I don't know what you're saying.
Help me get on track.
that it started
It's
as us
a work
individually.
in progress.
It's a
Well,
yeah,
I'll leave it at work in progress.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
There's no way if you
We're
can,
not-
if you,
we're
if you
not
look
fucking
at this,
bigots.
If you look at the year of 2014, while it might have been horrific for games, it was still pretty good for us. We've gotten fucking in total, what would you say? 6 people here? Would you say about 6 people? 5 or 6?
4, 5, 4, 5, 5.
Counting the incomings.
Oh, counting the incomings, yeah, about 5 or 6.
5 or 6, which at the beginning of the year, it was 6 of us here with a lot of shit going on all the time, and only us 6 to fucking do that. So looking forward to 2015, I don't know, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens and all the different people that we can bring on. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. So be looking forward
how
to
many
a
of us
nice
are,
new year.
100% American? How much would how many of us would you say?
What do you count as 100%?
Are we still in the diversity thing?
Yeah.
Alex is stuck on the
diversity
diversity
thing.
thing.
I'm just wondering.
Like born in America.
in America and parents born in America.
I know I am.
My mom was not born in America.
Okay.
What does that have to do with it?
I'm just trying to pull it. I'm just trying to pull it in my mind.
I'm not gonna sit here and fucking say I need a certain nationality.
Believe it or not, companies do that for
Okay.
for breaks in taxes and stuff.
I didn't know that,
yeah.
but
That sounds
but I'm not.
about right.
If I'm gonna sit here and be like, okay, do I need a Swedish dude? Which I'd obviously be like, bring me Robaz, the king of
Robaz.
Sweden. But I can't. At the same time, as much as I'd like Robaz, I don't know what our wavelengths would be. I could be like, okay, here's a Swede. Everybody's happy. Here's a Swede. Diversity. It's Robaz, the king of fucking Sweden. And then I fucking commentate with him, and it could just be absolute garbage. You never know. You never know.
Hey, I could play Mountain Blade with them though.
You never
No
know.
one else
Well, we have
Mountain Blade.
like Dex. I mean, that's straight from like.
I don't
the
even
UK.
know what the
That's
fuck
British
Dex is.
import.
Yes.
There.
I mean, I'm 100% from Russia. I mean, this guy. I don't even know.
I was born
I'm
in
just saying,
Seattle.
do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I see what you're
if
saying,
we
yeah.
want like a Swedish person, we don't know. Okay, we're just going for the fact that we just need a Swedish person.
Yeah.
And like, we have no idea how they will mesh with anybody. You could bring in a Swedish, and for some reason, they might not get along with the Russian. So then what?
That is true. That might be a
There's
thing. That
bad
might be some
Russian Swedish blood.
internal clashing going on.
Then what? Then what do you do? Well, we wanted to diversify everything, so we brought in a Swede, but he doesn't get along with our Russian. Then what? What do you do? What do you do?
They need to mesh perfectly.
What do you do?
Well, most
Or
of like the
close to
people
it.
we meet like is online, and like I don't know what you guys thought you were when you like met up through Machinima. Like I didn't know right away.
I
you were,
never
like,
asked, like,
You know what I mean?
Jordan, what nationality are you? I just need to know based on, like,
They just started working and they became friends
Yeah.
through the industry.
we need an Australian, but I don't know if they're going to get
'Cause, like,
along with
if-
our
if-
Asian.
if I meet
what
someone-
do you do there?
Like if I meet someone and then it's like if I'm just going off of like all right diversity and I meet someone and then I'm like oh they're really good like personality like
There's always gonna be that
bring him on the
chance.
hub right but then it's like I bring him on the hub and I'm like oh shit dude this guy's white like we already have too many white people like just like is that the way that like
I don't.
No,
I don't.
you would be going
you
at
wouldn't be
it-
approaching it that
okay,
way
because
like,
whoever's you're bringing in, they're adaptable. Obviously, they're on the same.
like in my head I'm
they're-
like this guy is
they're-
perfect for the hub but then he walks
they're-
to the door and I'm like wait a minute
They're okay. They're on an all right
I read the
wavelength.
creature chat and it said diversity. Like,
Diversity.
I'm sorry, my friend.
They can
Can't
be all
have the
right with the
job.
Russian, but what happens if they come in and suddenly they're not okay with the Irishman? Then what?
People be like, we already have an Irishman.
We have two Irishmen.
We have,
No, I'm saying whoever you bring in.
Whoever I bring
so
in,
say you
yeah.
bring in an Australian person, right? They're okay with the Russian, but they're not okay with the Irishman. Then what? What do you do? This is
I
what
think-
this
what-
is what diversity
What
like
the
happens.
point is
Diversity
here, I think the
debacle.
point here is
Every
that
risk.
we go off of like how people mesh with the group, like the race, nationality, whatever. It doesn't matter. We like it's not like we selectively pick. It's how they mesh, and it doesn't matter what they are. So it's gonna come with time.
Joe's Italian, so that's pretty. That's new.
We'll get all
That's-
sorts of diverse
diverse ed.
diverse in the coming
Ah.
years. It's good.
I don't know. I mean, I just gotta like. Sure, I'd like a Swedish person too, as much as the next guy. But you never know. You never know. You never know.
Look at that. Look. Chow. Joe just put
Chow.
Chow. He's Italian.
He's
He's
I thought you were
Yeah.
pointing to the Swedes are
Proven.
neutral, so no problem.
Well, that too. That's pretty good right there.
See? I don't know. So that's just food for thought for everybody that's like, where's this or that or any of that? Because
It'll come with
if
time.
I have to think that shit through, then who knows? I might overthink it, and then I might get a little bit weird, like with an Australian person.
I think
don't
the
know.
main criteria for anyone that's here is someone that is like
Someone's-
dedicated to the company, someone that we see as like a huge benefit. We
someone
all
that can
get
put
along
up with our shit.
Yeah. Because there is a lot of shit.
There is a lot
that
of shit.
Generally gets dished out, whether it's on recording or like off recording. A lot of shit gets dished out. Sometimes I can't handle the amount of shit that gets dished out, so I lock myself in my office. But I mean, generally, it's just we try to like find people that we think will help us out the most. I mean, we brought on Dex for specifically that. Like he was ready and motivated all of us. So there's no There's no like
Yeah,
other
we're like,
factors that we
he
look
is
at. It's
British
just
at the same time. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
We got that covered. The Brit.
I mean, a lot of times we approach people that we might know from the past just because they're like, you know, they made it this far. Like they must know.
They're
like,
still
they have
around in the
experience,
industry,
etc.
yeah.
So, I guess it's just like any company. That's like, you know, if you start like an automotive company, like what do you go to first? Like people that you know are like good at like fixing cars, right? You don't like go like, oh, you know, what if people walk in my shop and they just like
That's true.
you don't
Dex
have
is
enough
also really good
diversity,
with
yeah.
audio and stuff like that too, which was
Exactly,
another
like
key point. Like that,
Music,
Dex
audio,
does music. He does
like,
a lot of
yeah.
different stuff with audio.
He plays the drums.
Yeah.
We
So
gotta
everyone that's
play the
out here
drums.
currently is in some way a huge like help to the company and a huge
The artist is
contribution.
obviously coming in to be the artist and fucking draw stuff in house and all that shit, like to keep everything flowing like that.
Yep. Yep.
So
So,
So Swede,
I still don't know my
Swede.
game of the year.
we'll go back to Sweden again and we'll find
we'll go Swede hunting.
Swede hunting.
We'll go Swede hunting.
I think we just really need that accent. That's pretty much all we need. I think that's all we need.
More accents.
Is just the Swedish accent. I think we'll be all right for a bit there. Maybe we could get one of the Overkill guys to just kind of like, maybe we could just absorb him, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. There's quite a few out there we
could do
could
something
take.
like that.
I don't know, something like that.
As far as more plans, though, yeah, I think the major thing is just getting more people. And yes, the diversity will come, everyone. Do not worry.
Jordan's gonna look through everything and keep it to strictly what he wants in terms of diversity. So you'll
Wait,
see
so
that.
you're putting it on me
Absolutely,
now, 100%.
absolutely. You will be looking
Oh,
through all
boy.
the people, and they'll be judged by you.
Then everyone will see who I bring on, and it's like, oh, it's Jordan now. It's all Jordan's fault. Well, anyway.
Just, you know, don't be like a supremacist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't do that.
No, I
don't
think
go-
I can handle that. I think I can handle not doing
and just
that.
bring in a Swede, preferably Robos.
Robots, yeah, okay.
Just put out that application and just see if.
See what like PewDiePie's doing. See if he's around.
PewDiePie?
Yeah. See if he can drop by, you know. Maybe
I don't know what would
Maybe-
happen in that case.
maybe he'll want to sit around, you know, for creature talk.
I think the wave that would happen there would just be.
I think someone just found me out there. I'm clearly biased towards cats, and I mean
They have to
that
resemble
might-
a cat or be a cat person.
They do have to be a cat person. I mean, that's pretty clear. That's
Yep.
an obvious requirement for getting hired here. So
Nobody's being added for the sake of adding. Like Alex said, everybody has like a specific role or
Yep.
trait or something like that.
That would be a terrible business move too.
It would be.
On anyone, like any company, anywhere. Just throwing someone in to throw someone in.
am I missing anything?
No, I think you can go to our upcoming Christmas content.
So upcoming Christmas.
Now that we've ranted about our like
content.
hiring process and shit like that, because people brought up
People
our,
really want to know
our
you know.
diversity and stuff
broke it
like
down.
that. Maybe their color palette, I think they would want to have it eased up on or
For-
something like that.
Just to let everyone know, though, and this is probably the first time we've said it, there is actually a girl working at this office.
A lot of people didn't know that.
No one knows
You
that.
leaked
Well,
that
Jordan,
out.
Nobody know that.
I leaked it
Nobody
out
knew that.
Jordan, nobody
just
knew
so
that.
people know.
You leaked that out.
We weren't supposed to tell people that. We were supposed to look like bigots.
That's pretty like that's like a bombshell.
You weren't supposed
there.
to tell people that.
Because
That's not
everybody
a
was under the
bombshell.
impression
That's
that
a-
it's just
Jordan,
like male
now,
only.
My second question as a fan of the creatures
Oh no!
is it one of the girlfriends?
Why? No, it's not, Alexander.
My goodness.
no one offers
Confirmed.
relations.
It's confirmed. So anyway,
It is not Beck. A lot of people are asking if it's Beck. It's
No,
not
this
Beck.
Alexis either. I know I get asked a lot.
A lot of people think
it's
that-
not,
How I
us,
feel-
yeah,
how
it's
I
not
feel
his
being a
female
female member
character.
of
It's
the
not
creatures.
Tammy. It's not Tammy.
Tammy.
I know I was the
No.
first,
No.
but you know it's not me.
A lot of people think that Beck actually left when Sly
No,
had
it's not
left,
me.
and it's not. Beck had a personal issue, which is why she had left, and that was like, that,
something
and
back
that
home.
was like, that kind of caught everybody like off guard or whatever. But that wasn't the thing. But
No, the two were not. That wasn't connected. But yeah, no. We do have a girl in the office though. She's hasn't been on camera and probably won't be for. If she ever does, it'll probably be way down. But just wanted to let everyone know in case people calling us.
oh my
out on
goodness, the diversity.
that.
The diversity just got like a lot more diversified. And now,
Look at that. Now I feel stupid.
That's usually how it is. You know what they say about assuming.
Yeah.
It just
How about you let-
it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. So
Anyway.
you can't assume, but there are things that go on that we can't fucking. You can't be fully transparent with everything.
Yep. Got to keep
But
some stuff under
apparently
wraps.
Jordan is because he just
Name
leaked
with
that
people.
out.
Like, I mean, should we have made like a video that was like, big announcement, guys? We do have a girl that works with the creatures. Thank you all for your time. Just wanted to let you know that. I know
public
it's been,
service
I know it's been a
announcement.
big.
PSA, yeah, making sure that we're kept in the highest regards with everyone, so they know that we are catering
Jesus.
to everything. And
Well, that was real nice. You announced that. I mean, that's their Christmas present right there.
yeah, that's the
Get ready
Christmas
for
present.
like every
year-end present for
video,
the family.
every picture taken to be like zoomed in and enhanced. And I think this is who they were talking about.
Well, that's all they're gonna get. So they can zoom and enhancify all they want.
They're gonna like use like reflections and shit. Look,
they're gonna be
someone with longish hair.
Great.
Well,
Great.
anyway.
Great.
So Christmas content, upcoming Christmas content. So this is our last day before we head out for a little bit of a break. We are also coming in for some Monday, Tuesday stuff, but we have a few cool things happening as far as vids go over the Christmas break. One of them being the gauntlet thing that we talked about. Mr. Kevin here underwent something that we call a gauntlet not too long ago, and you guys will find out what that's all about. But it requires, I mean, looking for a word here, Kevin.
I don't know.
It
where you're going with this.
contains stuff where Kevin is in pain.
Lots of pain.
Lots of pain. So it's humane, I think. But anyway, that's so be looking out on the lookout for that. And then as well, you guys saw the Secret Santa announcement, like pulling of the names and stuff. That was a few days ago. We just today did the full unwrapping stuff. We didn't do it on a stream, obviously, so that will be in VOD form in the coming days. And it was quite the amazing adventure, I'd have to say. I don't know. That was probably my highlight of the year, honestly.
What was?
The
Secret Santa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the adventure was. I thought there was like an adventure. I thought you went somewhere.
No, we didn't go anywhere.
Okay, sorry. I just misunderstood. No, it was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. So
I think there was definitely an improvement on last year. However, there was very, very similar to last year as well.
yeah, there were some similarities.
There
I'd
were
say
some
that.
similarities, but there were some good moments and some bad moments, and some very horrible moments. And all those.
That sounds
would be,
like last year too. So be on the lookout for that. And then we also have we filmed the Creaturetopia Christmas special. Like we did with the Treetopia one, we thought we'd do a Creaturetopia one. So that, along with, we actually have a short coming out tomorrow that is going to be, because tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, so tomorrow we have a short coming out that Dan is currently probably not here anymore, but he was working on, and that's why he wasn't in Creature Talk. So a whole lot of things, and then just general stuff. We'll be doing, like the hub is going to... The last day for, until we go on Christmas break is probably going to be Monday, but we'll explain that all. So the only other thing is that on Monday we're also doing a stream.
Joe said Dan left.
Yeah,
Damn
I
left.
figured he
Okay.
did. It's pretty late. Trying to think if there's anything else.
That was it for Christmas.
Yeah, there's going to be a good bit of stuff, but those are the notables, I'd say.
Yeah, there is like maybe one or two more things I think over the week that we won't be around, but it's all some pretty good shit in there.
Well, somebody feels like we've gotten really secretive.
Yeah, I was gonna say this person keeps saying that they feel like we've gotten really secretive.
Oh my
we
God.
play games. There's not a lot we can be secretive about.
And even
other
if
than
we
like
fucking
people.
did, it's not your goddamn right to know everything. I can
like-
keep a secret or two.
The
I'm
only-
allowed.
I don't
The
know
main
if that
like
we can keep
secrets would be like
secrets. Okay.
new employees. Like
You
don't wanna
fucking-
throw
you're the
them
one
into,
that
like,
leaked it
the
out.
hot seat.
Listen,
We
we
play
can't keep
games.
secrets around here. That's not, that's against our policy.
Well, I mean, half the shit that we keep secret eventually gets like put out anyway.
Yeah, it's like
Usually
Like-
by Kevin.
a delay. Yeah.
You know, I would have liked to keep my like 3rd grade yearbook picture secret, but you know they're on the internet now. So
That's pretty fucked up. Some of the shit, like people don't
I know,
understand
I'm
that
gonna
shit.
point-
Like some people do some shit that's like invasion of fucking privacy.
I get it. I think that would qualify.
Yeah,
Then
that's
there's the
some
people-
shit.
Then there's the people that are like, yeah, they've gotten really secretive about this stuff, like this content they're making or whatever. It's just like, but that's like how a game doesn't get announced, but it's being worked on. It's just like a video is being worked on, but it's not announced for like a while.
What's
It's
the big deal
thing.
with the secrets? Let me
Like-
know what Seamus's username means. Just make him fucking leave the internet, why don't you?
maybe we can like just like have cameras like put
man.
up around all over the office.
Oh, like those people who
like in
like
the bathrooms too, because
dude,
what if we
they
go in the bathroom and
stream
talk about secrets?
24/7?
You gotta have.
Fucking high school. There's no cameras in there. There's no microphones in here. We can tell the secrets.
Yeah, Boho just phrased it perfectly. James, rage fuel is brewing.
Because I heard that, I like they were saying that fucking like Seamus left his own Reddit because people were nagging him about his name and shit like that. That's what it does. Like some of that shit is you don't even need to fucking bother and like with knowing or whatever. There's no point to any of that shit. Why not, instead of me telling you fucking secret after secret, why can't I talk about my fucking documentaries that I enjoyed watching over the past few days? What's wrong with
But
that?
the camera's on so much here.
Yeah,
You
I know,
literally
it's-
get about 95% of all of our lives. Like
we put pretty much everything out
we've
there.
pretty much. It's sad that I fucking.
I think we're entitled to a few secrets.
we've pretty much
Man.
lived our lives on the internet for the past like
Like what
5
we
or
do
6
is
years.
what you see for the most part, like the Nerf war shit. That was we were bored one night while we were waiting for some shit to like upload and
Make sure you
render.
grab a camera
So
while
we
you're
were-
doing
yeah.
that.
We, like,
there might have been an
just started
agenda
filling
to
up-
it, you know.
filling up Nerf
What if,
guns.
what if we just have like the secret underground deal with Nerf, you know? Like, and we're
I
just,
wish.
we're making these videos as like
I wish.
you know,
We've already
omen to
done
it.
like fucking. How many videos have we done that
fucking
show
Brink.
Nerf guns?
Brink on the table the whole time throughout every creature talk. Not
Look, and
sponsored
now
by
they're asking
Brink.
for our social security numbers.
that.
Might as well just give them our cards right now.
Why would you keep that a secret?
6
We
years of your
deserve to
life
have
isn't
your
enough.
identity.
I want the entirety of your life.
Well, the thing is, like, my spiel is like, if there's anything public that I've said or done in the last 20 years, and it's on the internet somewhere, like it's public. Because
Pretty much,
because
yeah.
people are digging for it, and as a result, like
Oh,
they'll find it.
They'll
And they find it. Why
When they
didn't you
post-
bring this up?
Like, if I do something stupid and make like a stupid face, like people will tweet and be like, "Can you explain this to me?" Oh, I don't know. I was a kid and I wanted to make an ugly face, and someone took a picture. Yeah, but can you really explain to me what you were doing here? Like, I've gotten so much of that shit. Who is this person in this picture? My friend from middle school. Oh yeah.
What's
Well,
his name?
Where is he now? You know, from you're no longer friends. Where you just throw your friends aside? Like, that shit happens so much more often than I thought it would. And at this scale, it's like everyone is just like.
It's like we're
Everyone
like
is under
reality
it.
TV. We're like fucking. It's like the new age MTV
But
or
even
some
reality
shit.
TV though, like the fucking actors, like they have their own secrets. Like the cameras might be on, but they might be like, I really fucking hate that person. And even when they go
That's
in the camera
why
room, they're
there's
just
tabloids.
like, that guy's a jerk.
But
like,
I
they're-
want to know what Snooki does in her free time.
And she talks about it, and like, oh, I'm having a baby,
And I'm
or, like,
satisfied.
but it's never enough. You need to. You gotta,
Oh,
I'll set up
man.
cameras everywhere and just fucking like go home, and I'm just in front of a camera. I'm watching television in front of a camera.
Then the chats go.
No.
There's a chat everywhere. Like,
If I'm
Alex, why are you
talking to my
flipping the
girlfriend
remote
about
like
something,
that?
you know.
Can't you just
People
find a
that
channel
do
you're
that.
happy with a show you want to
People might
watch?
want to know how much like my electricity bill is, and so I should probably start posting
We'll
that.
publish the bills online just so everyone
well,
can
why
see
do
what
you
we
use
pay.
so much electricity?
Well, Alex, I noticed you have more electricity used in September than you do in November. Like, why are you doing this? Like, are you?
I
Running,
noticed that your
like,
water
what are
bill
you
was
running
higher.
extra? Like,
I noticed you used 300 extra gallons on your water bill than you did last year, Alex.
what's up with that, man?
yeah, be creature
Hey,
big
Alex,
brother right
I
there.
dug through your trash and I saw this like.
I saw this paper you ripped up. Can't find the other half of it, but can you explain it? Why would you rip
Yeah, I was
this
looking
up?
through
That's
this
some, like,
contract you
paparazzi-
shredded up, and I had a
paparazzi
problem with
over
one of the clauses in there. I just want to make you known about.
I
Anyway.
mean, with like paparazzi though, you have people that are really famous and like they live in neighborhoods that are like super famous, and they're like security detail, and they have people doing their groceries and shit. Like, I wouldn't say we're like superstar famous, but we're famous on a level where people can recognize us publicly. And as a result, if we go get our own groceries, we'll most likely at some point in time run into someone, etc. So it's not like
I know I
we're
have.
super private, and like we are public, and we do put a lot of like information out there, like whether it's Creature Talk or like whether it's a video that we're doing, live streams we do. There's tons of stuff that we talk about. Like our privacy is super low at this point. Because there are things that people are normally private about that at this point like has already been leaked out.
Fuck
Like
you! I could have kept my documentaries to myself. I should have kept them a secret. They didn't need to know. That could have been my secret in my free time, my privacy.
I think we
that I
should
shouldn't
just-
have shared with
You know what?
anybody.
In this new year, I am saying that we should just sit here on Creature Talk, well, over there, and just discuss all the secret things we have going on. All the secret people we're bringing, all the secret stuff that's happening, and never let anyone know anything about it.
Like the bunkers.
The bunkers, Howard.
The bunkers.
well, you know, I think there is some people like that stream or YouTubers, and their shtick is that they're just all out there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything, like from their like, hey, I'm gonna go see like a doctor for like a genital wart, and, like, you know, they just throw it out there, and people are like, oh, they just eat up. So when they like come to like somebody that's like a little bit more like reclusive, they'll be like, wait, why aren't you telling us this stuff? Like, you wanted a date with who, where, when? Like they want to like more info, and like that's not how everyone I guess operates. So, I mean, if like your parents aren't public out with this stuff, you shouldn't expect like everyone to be public with like everything at the same time. So I guess yeah, I mean I'm booking a doctor's appointment for like my excessive ass hair, so I'll put that out, you know. Gonna go have that checked out.
I actually had the doctor that was doing my back take care of that for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
just
go ahead
shave
and
it.
give me some of that a little bit.
Well, why don't
and
you
just get
update
it
us on your Twitter and post a picture
Well, I did
of,
about
your
the
back?
back.
Yeah.
I
No,
did
you
about my
didn't
back.
give all the details, though. That's the
Give all the
problem.
details.
That's the true problem here. You didn't give every single little detail.
You know,
of it.
people would want to
Like-
know about my butt hair.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think people would.
Well, they do. So.
And I can just say something like, I was gonna go buy more cat food for my cat because I'm almost out.
Well,
And then-
you should have said that
Well,
earlier.
I know,
why
but
are you
now it seems
buying?
like you were
Excuse me,
holding this-
Kevin. Why are
But-
you buying that particular kind? I've read some
No, but
reviews
the
on it,
thing is-
and it says that there's a problem
Exactly.
with different cats and the way that treats their stomach. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, that I'll get shit on if I don't say what brand or why. And then if I do say what brand, then they're like, oh, he's probably sponsored. You know.
Well,
There's a whole lot. We have
Yes.
a darn tough life.
We just hit some hard hitting topics.
Yeah.
So
hey, the chat brought him up.
Yeah, the chat brought 'em up.
Next time, I won't be telling you guys about the documentaries that I watch.
I seen a few people that
And
were like,
that's that.
they were like, guys, calm down.
we just want your
Guys,
social
calm down.
security number.
Guys,
we just want
calm
to
down.
know.
We
No need
asked
to-
these questions, but relax.
Look at that. That person.
Just give us what we want.
I have to say that was pretty good, Kud, or however you say your name. My resolution is to reach 1080p. That's their New Year resolution. Mm-hmm. To reach
to be able to
1080p.
stream
Wow.
or watch
I
a
think
stream.
on that
No,
note,
just
that's
to be
fucking
1080p.
Ah.
That's their resolution
Well, that's
right
HD,
there.
isn't it?
Yeah, that is full HD.
Yep.
That's full HD.
Creatures of Cats resolution is to reach
4K.
4K.
That's pretty good.
That's where I'm at.
So yeah, we just hit a few pretty hard-hitting topics.
So
in the
there is
past-
diversity.
There's diversity.
There's more diversity coming.
There's more diversity.
I'm not
coming.
sharing my documentary secrets with anybody else from now on. You
But
guys can
James,
fuck
I was
off.
gonna make it a segment because it was so riveting.
You'll get the two that I watched the past few nights, which is the fucking Honey Badger and the Santa, and that's it. I won't be telling you any more good ones. And I'm gonna keep the rest of my secrets to myself.
Yeah, I guess
But
so.
I mean, there might be a theory here. What if all this stuff is scripted?
yeah,
What if we talk
everything is
about
scripted?
what we're gonna talk about?
The thing is, I had a plant in
mean-
the chat that would ask us this so we could talk about it.
that's true scriptedness. Scripting.
That's our
And
other
what if
employees that
this
we
right
haven't
now
told
is
you about.
scripted? Us talking about script is scripted
Yeah.
to
Could be.
debunk the scripted series.
Could be.
Because then they're like, well, why would
conspiracies.
they be talked about it being scripted if it's scripted?
Exactly.
Because it
That's,
is.
that's just a
Exactly.
food for thought, though. You know,
It's like,
just
it's
all
all
food for
scripted.
thought.
We just have a whole
But,
bunch of employees that
you
we
know,
haven't shared with anybody.
that's none of
in,
my business.
In the rest of the office, just, you know, in the chat.
Like I said, hard-hitting topics. We covered them. Hopefully, you guys are a little bit more informed after this.
That was all sub chat too. Like we didn't. The horde wasn't even released.
Yeah,
Like, that was
and
kind
here's
of-
the
that's
horde right
true.
here.
Like,
Yep, that's pretty
Could be
good
like
right
the other
there.
shooters who would
Yeah,
have
Yeah, like
stuff
Joe
on a
says, he has his
podcast.
own intern. Wasn't quite aware of that, Joe. I'll be talking to you in a few minutes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful Creature Talk, the last Creature Talk of the year. And it has been a pleasure to do Creature Talk this entire year as much as we possibly could. It was fun. And just in general, content-wise, I mean,
We had one hundo this year.
Yeah, we had episode 100, which
Man,
was
that
pretty
was
amazing.
something.
It was a amazing spectacle of just craziness, and just as far as content goes and what we've done this entire year, it's been awesome. Meeting the fans at conventions has been awesome. Just in general, just having this job is amazing, and it's all thanks to you guys. So we really want to thank you.
And I'm sure all the new people coming in appreciate them as well,
Yep,
because they're getting to do it as well now.
Yep, and yeah, just think about that. You guys watching is, essentially supporting this whole company in general, and that's not only us, but everyone that we're bringing in and all the cool new people you'll get to meet over the next year. It's going to be awesome, and we just couldn't thank you guys enough for everything that you do for us, and we want to do our best to provide you with the best content in 2015 we can, as well as being able to meet as many of you as possible throughout the entire world. And is there anything else I'm missing before we wrap up completely?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, or
Happy holidays, man.
non-denominational
Happy holidays.
holidays.
I mean, there's
Non-denominational.
summer
Yeah.
solstice, there's Hanukkah.
There's, praise the
Happy
sun.
holidays and fucking
Arbor
Happy
Day.
New Year then.
Snow of 'em
Cra-
Gordon,
no, you
all
can say
kinds
Merry
of stuff.
Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, Happy
Merry
holidays,
Christmas,
and
Happy Holidays,
New
and a
Year.
Happy New Year.
There
God
you go.
Why is it in that order though? Because it seems like Merry Christmas is first as opposed to other holidays.
And then for those of you who don't say Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Merry Holidays,
No
Happy
more
Holidays, Happy non-denominational holidays, Merry non-denominational
Merry
holidays.
Kwanzaa.
And
There's-
stop being so goddamn picky.
Oh, there he goes. Well, I mean, it's been great, though. I've had a great time, and I'm going to enjoy another year of doing this and providing these amazing people with all sorts of more amazing stuff. And maybe Gaben will smile upon me finally.
I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, probably not. But anyway, as for the
Merry
creatures
Steak and
and all of us here at this table, James not being included, we wish you the merriest of Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, and we'll see you on January 3rd. Is that good?
That's good.
Okay. Anything else?
2015 swatted harder.
It's kind of fucked up.
Wow.
Yo, I'm glad we didn't talk about that thing. I think they totally fell for the secret stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I was like, oh, what if the secrets are scripted or whatever? But I totally fell for it.